Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ReelTok episode 170. Today, we're talking all kinds of Tarantino, talking Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair getting released in theaters. We're also going to do a Quentin Tarantino filmography collaborative draft. We got all kinds of other fun stuff to talk about, trailers, movie news. Before we get into that, we got some executive producers we need to shout out. So shout out to Cody Whitney, Ollie Powell, Stefan Johnson. Thank you all for supporting the pod each and every week and letting us do what we do. And thank you to all our patrons in general. If you want to join the Patreon, you're going to see exclusive episodes. We're almost at 100 exclusive episodes now on our Patreon. Join the Discord, all kinds of other great stuff. We have a lot of other fun stuff planned as well for 2026, and now's a perfect time to join. But with that being said,
Tyler, did you guys watch Cam and I's Transformers Patreon episode by any chance?
No, why?
No, but I saw Alex Coleman was on it. So yeah, patrons Alex Coleman was on the Patreon episode.
Great vibes.
No, like 25 minutes. We probably talked for 5 minutes about the first Transformers. We were going back to Dark of the Mood. It was a broader Transformer.
That's not surprised me.
Lots of random quotes and lots of random moments, but
that's just not surprising.
If you're a fan of Transformers, I recommend.
Well, I'm starting with how we're doing, and Cam, starting with you. What have you been watching? How have you been doing? What's up, man?
I've been all right. No complaints this week. It's been fine. Getting back into the swing of this whole TikTok thing. Watching a lot of Hallmark movies.
Is Emma watching those with you?
No.
No. Okay.
Good for her. Good for Emma. Yeah. She needs to put herself.
I don't know. Like, actually, we watched Klaus yesterday together, but that was like with the kids.
But Klaus is good.
Klaus is great. Klaus is good. That was with the kids. Like I just said, Klaus is amazing. But yeah, the Hallmark movies are just kind of so stupid. They're fun for me. I don't know. They're goofy. They're idiotic. Like one was about a guy who was renting out his house for a B&B. And so they form an elaborate plan to get like a B&B critic to come. And it's just people come up with the darndest things when they're writing a Hallmark movie, man. The one I just watched was Danny Tanner, that actress. I forget her name. She was playing two people. She was a twin, and they switch each other, not in the like Freaky Friday way of going into each other's brains, but they like pretend to be each other when it's just that actress twice. So there's no distinguishable features or differences. Whereas if like real life twins, I feel like even though they look very, very similar, always look a little different. Yeah, just really stupid what people come up with, but I don't know. It makes me laugh.
Have any of them been worse than the first film you watched of the year?
No, not even close.
No.
Bone Alone's bad, man. Bone's bad. I feel like you get a little bit of Christmas charm from these, whereas Bone Alone sucked. Like Hallmark at least is going to give you a little, I don't know, Christmas good feeling at the very least.
Have any of them genuinely been like you watch it and you're like, yeah, I'd recommend that. That's a good movie. Okay, no, nothing too close to that territory.
I have like a letterbox. There's like a letterbox list of just every Hallmark movie ever made, and I just like shuffle it and pick whatever the top one is. So maybe there are some in there that are like genuinely good movies. I won't find them unless it happens to shuffle to the top. I did watch the Bills Love Story one, Tyler, from this year, and that's just.
Wait, there's a Bills Love Story.
Yeah,
one?
Have you not seen those commercials during like NFL games? I mean,
nah, man, I'm no.
That you're not getting commercials.
I got the 8 boxes going.
Yeah,
I always have something to focus on in the commercials.
That's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, there's like they did like the Chiefs Love Story last year, I think.
Oh, really?
They did Bills Love Story this year. And man, it's just bad. It's like every single NFL player that pops up, they have to be like, that's Damar Hamlin. You're the guy that died on the field. Or like they go to Dawson Knox's home at one point and you're like, holy shit, you're Dawson Knox, tight end for the Bills. And it's just
so they actually have the players in the movie.
Yeah, Dawson Knox is in it, Damar Hamlin's in it, Sean McDermott's in it. It's brutal, man. It's awful.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. I pulled up a Hallmark list on Letterboxd of the 1800 films or whatever. sorted by average rating, try and find the highest one. Now, the first one, top ones at the list don't even have a rating. I don't know if you need some like amount of ratings to qualify, but
like 1,000.
If you scroll like 8 down out of this 1,900 list, you're already at like 3.4. It's like the highest out of like 1,900 movies.
Right. Which one is that? Maybe I'll check it out today.
Let's see. I'm just gonna click on a random one in the top. We got Signed, Sealed, Delivered, The Impossible Dream, 2015, directed by Kevin Fair, average rating 3.4.
Sounds amazing, honestly.
Top reviews: With God and the U.S. Postal Service, nothing is impossible.
I haven't gotten to any like hyper-specific, crazy Christian ones yet, which is kind of
It sounds like that one might be your cup of tea.
That might be the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been, I don't know, stupid, but it's fine. And it's not anything like I have to pay attention to like entirely. So, can half watch while I'm doing other things. And just get the gist, but yeah, they're all done. I watched Kill Bill this week, Train Dreams. Man, I got to log on Letterboxd. I suck, dude. I'm so washed. Other than that, it's kind of a rough week of work. Just had a lot going on. And just very long week there, but yeah, that's about it. Really not doing a whole lot. I'm trying to think if we did anything fun. We decided that we're going to run the mini marathon in May in Indianapolis. So Emma's ran all week.
How long is the marathon?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of a mini
13. It's just half.
Oh, half. I've never heard anyone refer to that as
just a half marathon. That's like that's a big thing though. Just half. I think.
Yeah,
mini is such a disrespectful way to describe a half too.
Yeah.
I don't know. A mini marathon.
Is
that not
like
I'm
running like 5?
I feel like
that's
I've heard that.
terrible.
Okay. No, yeah, it's half marathon, whatever you want to call it.
Half marathon's a fucking like huge deal. I think
Emma's done a really great job in running, walking all week. I ran yesterday.
How are the fitness levels?
Puffing and puffing, man. I ran 1.6 miles, and then I walked 1 mile. Huffing and puffing.
When are you doing half? Did you say sorry?
May. So we got some months.
Oh, you got like
6 months. What's that? 5 months? I don't know. 5 months.
We should go running in Austin. Oh, we should go running together in Austin, Cam.
Nope. You guys
can, man. I told Emma, I was like, man, we could be a super cool fit couple and go run in the morning, but we'll see what happens.
What's the temps right now in Indiana? What are you running in?
Oh, we're running at the gym. Because I mean, the gym we go to takes the kids. So that's really the only option for us. When it gets nicer out, put them in a stroller and run maybe, but right now it's the gym for sure.
Tell them to grind and run with you. What's up?
I know. Bailey's getting moving. He likes to run around every once in a while. He's moving. So yeah, that's us right now. Trying not to be. I weighed myself the other day, and you guys met me. I'm a very skinny, like small person. And we're hitting numbers that I as a human shouldn't be hitting right now.
I think you're too harsh on yourself.
Gotta lose some weight, huh?
I think you're too harsh on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably am, but like
weight should never be a concern.
That's fair. I'm just being
weight should be a concern.
Now I got a belly, and that's
you know what I mean.
Eventually,
I'm
maybe.
Saying, yeah.
By the look of Cameron, probably.
Yeah, I'm not like too concerned about it by any means. It's just I probably could do to get a little bit more in shape. Like I said, I'm 5'10", and I should weigh 120 soaking wet. I'm lucky to be.
You should not weigh.
You should not weigh.
I know 120 was low. I was going low.
120 is crazy.
Yeah, I was going real low on that one, but so I got to get in shape.
Dog, I'm out here pushing 185.
I don't think
I'm 185.
Adult male, regardless of height. I don't think any adult male should be pushing. 185.
No, that's very fair. That's very fair. I just mean like.
I know. I get what you're saying, that you're a skinny guy.
I'm pushing 185 right now, but it's not because I'm.
We all the same way,
but I'm not working out. Mine's all belly, which is okay. Again, it's not bad by any means. I understand that. I'm not worried.
No, that's why I said like in your case, weight shouldn't matter. Like I was 185 in college when I was like very clearly like at the gym working out and in shape. Now I'm 185 and I just hold it differently, but I wouldn't tell you I'm unhealthy.
I would tell you I'm unhealthy. That's the thing. Like, I never go to the gym.
You're not helping me out,
I drink beer every day. I eat pizza every day.
Well, because the definition of like healthy and weight are different things.
Yeah. Like outside of weight
sure.
aside, weight doesn't matter. I'm just unhealthy right now. Like, and that's, again, I am very lucky to have just like I should be a twig kind of thing. And, you know, people don't love that, but, you know, I eat pizza every day. I drink beer every day, and I don't work out. So I probably should get a little bit more in shape.
Well, this half marathon training is going to help, Cam, for sure.
Yeah, my issue also is like, while I have all that, I also have horrible focus and horrible like ability to stay locked into something. So running for more than like 10 minutes is literal hell for me.
Now you've got like an end goal though. It like gives you something that you have to do. You signed up for it. Now you're going to work towards it. It's different.
Just lean into the ADHD and just skip the marathon altogether and just go straight to triathlon. So it's like
do an Ironman, Cam. Do an Ironman.
A tough mudder.
A tough mudder. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to be better at getting a goal and just going after it. Whereas like right now, if I went to the gym and didn't have a goal, I'd run for like a mile and then call it, and then like lift two things and then call it and go shoot hoops. I like that the YMCA has a nice basketball gym. So I just go shoot hoops for like,
I mean, that's equally like,
yeah, I mean, if the end goal is just being healthy, and that's
you can do whatever you want as long as you enjoy it. You know?
The issue is we've had our YMCA membership. When did I move? Like
4 months ago.
3 months ago. So we've had the YMCA for 3 months. I've been 3 times. So that's where I gotta get back to it. Gotta get better. But yeah, gonna run the mini in May. We'll see how that goes.
If anyone asks, just call it a half, Cam, because I thought you were running like 2K then.
That's fair. I think like I'm fairly confident I'm not like an idiot. Like I think it
might be a regional thing that like maybe Indians.
Yeah.
Cam, I've noticed you haven't mentioned sports this week.
Yeah, no, yesterday was genuinely the worst day in Purdue sports history. So no, I'm not going to mention it, Tyler. I want to jump off.
Oh, Cam, I forgot to tell you, my youngest cousin, the last of my cousins to go to college, is at Purdue. I completely forgot he's a freshman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I wish I had remembered at the time of my wedding. Then you could have told him before he went for freshman year, given him some advice, you know?
Damn, that would have been awesome.
I completely forgot.
Yeah, yesterday Purdue basketball lost at home by like 25. It's like the largest loss in college basketball for a 1 seed at home. So that's awesome. And then IU won the Big Ten championship, which IU is not a football school, but they try one time. Yeah, they try one time and they just Purdue University. Fire Mike Bobinski. He's an idiot. He rides Matt Painter's coattails. That's all he's got. He's an idiot. Just fire our athletic director. He's an absolute dumbass.
Rough day in the Walsh household for Purdue, but you got the Bears playing the Packers today to look forward to, surely to bring you.
And the Colts suck too. And yeah, what's the point, man? I hate Indiana. I hate it. We suck.
All right. Next up, we'll see if the spirits get lifted a bit. We're gonna go to Seth.
Hey, I've done nothing this week. Absolutely
good spirit lifting.
Hell yeah.
I went for a run last night. We're so gonna go for a run in Austin. By the way, we have to at least one. Oh, that'd be so cool. Went for a good run last night. New PB. That's always nice. I'm seeing 28 Years Later, as is George, on Tuesday. 20 years later, Bone Temple, and I can't speak about it until like fucking January, which is kind of weird. I'm also seeing Marty Supreme, George, on Wednesday as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be fucking cool. I'm really excited for that. The reactions have been really high. I know you really liked it. I know most people who saw it in New York Film Festival really liked it as well. So excited for that. Very excited.
I'm going to go rewatch it.
When is it released in the US? Is it the same Boxing Day?
I'm seeing it. I have the tickets for the 18th. No, 19th. It comes out the 18th, but I'm seeing.
No, it comes out Christmas. He says Marty Supreme Christmas.
Yeah, he says Marty Supreme Christmas Day, but there are early screenings for like anyone to buy tickets to.
Oh,
So I'm seeing it a week early.
yeah, excited for that. This week I've done nothing. Literally nothing. Just been bored, working, videos, whatever. I watched. What have I watched? I watched Kill Bill, obviously, which we'll speak about. I wanted to. I couldn't get to the cinema though. I had like no time this week. So annoyingly, because I spoke to someone who watched the whole bloody affair in cinemas, apparently there is a bit changed in terms of added. Like it's very streamlined, so it's like one whole film now, which again was, I think Tarantino's original like focus and idea was to make it one film. That's kind of why he considers it one, but watched the two of them anyway. Which we'll discuss. Watched Sense of a Woman. Didn't like it. George watched Death Race, the Jason Statham.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah,
crazy, silly
that shit
movie.
bangs, bro.
Yeah, it was quite fun. I quite enjoyed it.
So stupid.
Yeah. I watched Hot Fuzz. We watched that. I watched Him. Because I just saw it there and I watched it. Didn't like it. It is what it is.
No one did.
Yeah. I didn't like hate it though. I think I got a 2-star. It's just like very dumb and spoon fed and has some really bad religious photography. Like, I don't know, man. Not great. The performances are good though, so I'll say that. Did see it was just an accident again. Shout out that. Actually, shout out the director, Jafar Panahi, I think his name is pronounced, who's actually just been sentenced to I think 2 years in prison as well. Another interaction with the law in Iran. It continues to go kind of worse for him, but I think It Was Just an Accident is one of the most powerful films of the year, so definitely watch it if you can. I think it's got a limited cinema release right now. And then also, I'm kind of sticking through Better Call Saul with Anna, so we're like nearly the end of season 2. Hot take, great show. She's really enjoying it as well. Really, really enjoying it, and I'm very excited for the final season also. That's kind of it for me this week. Been pretty nothingy, chill. Done a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
How about you, George? What's been going on in New York?
I mean, more or less the same. Ooh, I'm watching this F1 race in Abu Dhabi, and Ana de Armas she's the flag waver at the end of the race. That's cool. She's on my screen right now.
George, don't become an F1 person, please.
I'm not. I just threw it on because I know it's like this big race at the end, and some of my friends watch it, so I wanted to be in the know. It was kind of like a FOMO thing. I have no idea what's going on, man. This is not as cool
my friends in the group. I don't follow F1 either, but they're all like freaking out. It's like a big day.
Yeah, I got no idea what's happening.
If I put like tennis on in the background, even though I don't know anything about tennis, I can watch tennis, like enjoy it. Yeah. F1, I'm like. I
think I would like this is the last race of the season, so I think I would enjoy this if I knew like what the like all the players and all of like the like what these positions mean and blah blah blah. But I don't. But whatever. Yeah, my week fine. Nothing really to report. The apartment's like slowly coming together. This is like my temporary podcasting spot. Like I want to have like in the last apartment, I either sat at the desk or I sat on the couch. This apartment right now, it's all couch. But I want to have like a more set podcasting area. That's just like the sucky thing, I guess, about living in like a New York City apartment is that there's no like real room for me to have like a podcasting section. Unless like Victoria and I move into a 2-bedroom, which we just don't need right now. So hopefully by next week or the week after, I will be more like secured in a podcasting spot. But apartment's coming along. Got our Christmas tree up. I think the last time we spoke, all I had was my couch and my console. So we got our coffee table, which is really nice. It like opens up into a little bit more storage. Got my fucking kitchen table yesterday from IKEA. It came in, dude. This thing is missing screws. Some of these planks are missing holes. I called IKEA yesterday. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I was pissed off. Like, all week, I was like to Victoria, I was like, I cannot wait to get our kitchen table. Like, that's the final piece. Once the kitchen table's here, we like all of our furniture will be here. So I'll be able to hang up my posters because like I don't want to hang up all of our frames until all the furniture is in place because I want to have like a sense of like where we want to kind of throw everything on the walls. So like I came home yesterday because we were on Long Island for Victoria's grandpa's birthday brunch and the table was here. And I was like, all right, let's start building this shit. So I start building it and I'm going to like screw things in. And they're like, you know, when you get these things from like IKEA, if you ever get things from like IKEA or Wayfair or Home Depot, they have like holes where you screw in and like the pieces connect. This shit's missing several important holes. And like I tried to like do it myself, like without like the pre-cut holes, but like it felt like I was gonna split the wood. So I was like, fuck this. Like I called IKEA. They're sending a replacement on Thursday, so now I gotta wait fucking 4 more days, which I'm like really pissed off about because like I really want this. Like it looks good right now, but like there's a table on the floor that's not built and it's bothering me. And then there's like a bunch of frames that still need to like go. Like you guys know the 3 big frames, the Titanic, Pirates, and Spider-Verse. Those are gonna go right back here. So like those I have a pretty good idea of. Yeah. But then we have a couple more movie posters. We have so many like little prints that Victoria and I have like accumulated over the years that are cute that we want to hang up. But yeah, it's coming along. That's
Is your living room bigger than the previous one?
No. So this whole apartment, this whole apartment square footage wise is bigger than my last apartment. But however, the living space is a little bit smaller because there are more closet and pantries in this apartment. So there's like a little more storage. Yeah.
Okay, so open space. All right, makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty much the same layout as our last apartment. I don't know if you guys remember when you came.
Yeah.
Just like picture it like a little bit tinier with a lot more closet space, which is nice. Like we needed so much more storage. Can't even tell you guys, like we were bursting at the other apartment without like storage and closet space, but now we feel like we have too much storage and closet space, which is obviously a good thing. That's a good problem to have. So yeah, we're settling in. Just this fucking table pissing me off, but shit happens.
Here's a question, George. You know, in Manhattan for apartments, I like the vast majority of them open space.
No, I mean it depends what you go for. Like most one bedrooms are pretty much in like our layout where it's just like the living room and the bedroom and then the kitchen's kind of by the front door. 2 bedrooms can vary in terms of layout. A lot of apartments in New York City, a lot of older apartments that aren't in like buildings, they're in brownstones, are called railroads. So like you walk in and like you can just walk straight through the apartment and you're walking room to room to room. It's not like it's not like a traditional like open space, I guess. Studio apartments are obviously very open. That's literally just one room.
Just a room. Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of. I mean, yeah. The first apartment Victoria and I lived in was a railroad. I didn't love it. It was like a fine first apartment. You know, it was a good like cheap first apartment for 2 people that at the time really didn't have a lot of money to spend. But you know, now we're pushing 30 and we feel more comfortable like jumping in like a nicer 1 bedroom. Maybe our next apartment we pop into a 2 bedroom, especially if we plan on staying in the city when we have kids. But well, that's pushing a conversation. Isn't it crazy? I said pushing 30 the other day, and I actually said it to Hannah because I was talking about her boyfriend, and I was like, yeah, well, you know, Bryce and I are pushing 30, and she was like, oh, I didn't like the way that sounded, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't like the way that sounded either, honestly.
Wait, how old Hannah is? Yeah, like the same.
No, Bryce is 29. He's a year older than us. Or a year older.
And Hannah's our age.
No, Hannah's 26. Yeah.
How old are you? 28.
I'm 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
April.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. Man, you are old, George.
Yeah, I'm old for sure. I'm like looking at myself right now in this webcam, and I'm like, damn, like this beard's getting out of hand. I look like I'm pushing 40. It's getting bad, man. It's getting
it's the winter beard. You're allowed it, you know.
I know it's getting long, and like I keep wanting to like clean it up, but I'm like I really don't have like anything coming up besides like Tyler's wedding where I like need to clean it up. So like it'll be clean for Tyler's wedding. I have a wedding next weekend, which is soon. Yeah, it is coming up fast. But yeah, we had Victoria's Christmas holiday company party. I said that backwards. Company holiday Christmas party on Thursday. Really nice. It was at like this enclosed rooftop, obviously, because it's like 30 degrees, which was nice. I like all the girls Victoria works with. A couple of them are like beyond coworkers, and they're just very close friends of ours. So it was nice hanging out with them. Went home. We finally, this is something fun. We finally got our wedding video. You know, like we had gotten our pictures maybe 2 months ago, but we finally got like our wedding video. Like they cut it up. It's a whole movie, dude. It's a 2.5 hour thing. Like I sat down and I was like, oh, this is long. So we went home, watched it with our parents. So funny. Because like they have like an overhead camera that saw the entire dance floor, and then obviously
Really? Oh, that's kind of cool. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask where they.
dude, there are so many funny scenes of like overhead cameras where you can just see Cam dancing his ass off, jumping, flailing his arms. Like it was so funny seeing some people. Yeah, dude, Cam, it was so fucking funny, man. There was one point I'm not gonna do it for you, but there was one point where you were jumping in like a really weird like way.
Oh yeah, the dolphin. I'll do it right now.
Oh yeah, the dolphin.
Yeah, dude, I was geeking. Yeah, this.
I'll bring that shit out.
Like,
oh no, I missed it. Fuck.
I swear. Wait, I'm gonna wait for Cam to put his headphones on.
What?
I was waiting for you to put your headphones on. I don't know if you heard it, but the camera there was an overhead camera at our wedding that saw the whole dance floor. So every so often the video of the wedding would cut to that camera, and I would be able to pick you out so quickly by the way you were dancing. I was like, "There's Cam." Like, it's so fucking funny.
Right.
But yeah, the whole wedding video was fun.
Yeah, you need to send some clips of that over, George, when you can. That'd be funny.
I know. I need to.
The dolphin's a signature move. We'll it'll be pulled out at Tyler's wedding too.
Nice. It's exciting.
It's my go-to.
But yeah, the wedding video was fun, man. Just to like relive that night and then just see like a lot of people on the dance floor that I didn't see. That's about it. Watch-wise, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Very excited to talk about it. Very disappointed that I wasn't able to see it in theaters because I know a lot of people kept DMing me, just being like, "Damn, man, like sucks that you missed out on it." And I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to keep beating that one, but I appreciate it." Train Dreams, which we'll talk about on the Patreon. So if you want to hear us after that, Train Dreams, check out Patreon. And then I watched the Kristen Stewart directorial debut, The Chronology of Water. I'm gonna hold off on saying a lot because I am curious. I want you guys to watch the movie, okay? Because like I'm very indifferent might be the wrong word because like off the rip, I don't think I like this very much. You know, it's like a very interesting debut, but like I said in my Letterboxd review, I can at least respect that this isn't like there's nothing safe about this movie. Like there's nothing safe in like her direction and her visual style and some of these creative decisions she's making. It's like Ronan Day Lewis and Anemone, you know, like I don't think that movie was great. I thought it was like totally fine, but like I could at least respect the fact that like he's taking some swings, and the same thing rings true for Chronology of Water. I could at least respect that Kristen Stewart is like just like this is her movie. This movie's made for her. Clearly, you know, it's not. There's a lot of safe debuts out there that you know I think are just cowardly. But there's nothing safe about the Chronology of Water. But like I said, like right off rip, I don't think I like this very much. It's cut together very interestingly. I think Kristen is trying to do too much, and that might not be a bad thing, but like every single negative theme under the sun, she's trying to hit on abuse, alcohol, drug abuse, you know, sexuality. Not that sexuality is a bad one, but it was just a list of themes that I'm throwing out there. But like she's touching on everything, man. And I think she loses herself a little bit in the writing. It's a little shallow, but I'm very interested for you guys to watch it because I watched it yesterday, and like a couple hours later, Hannah watched it and she loved it. She said that movie changed her life. So, and also my two other mutuals that have seen it, Kit Laser, 4.5 stars. And then this other girl that I follow, 2 stars. So it's going to be a very divisive movie. So I'm very excited or very curious to hear your thoughts, but that's it. That was my week. That's all I did.
Nice. Yeah, my week standard for the most part. I'm traveling this week, so I've been prepping a lot of stuff for that. Just doing a ton of wedding stuff, getting, you know, I's dotted, T's crossed. We got Riley's wedding band. Potentially my wedding bands. For mine, we're doing it from like
band
just like
or DJ.
Oh, I was talking
means
about
ring.
No, it means
you got my ass. My bad.
But to answer your question, DJ is what we're doing. But yeah,
cool. I was just
no,
wondering.
we went to a jeweler to get her wedding band, and then for
That's
me,
my bad. That's my bad.
We ordered mine online from this place that like basically like lets you pick out 5 from their website. They send it to you, and you kind of can see which ones you like. So I'm waiting for those to get in. But we bought hers at a jeweler. Went to pick up my suits and all kinds of stuff like that. So we're good on that. But yeah, we got like a bunch of like party favors for the dance floor. Got some other odds and ends. So we're getting there. We're almost done at this point. But yeah, still definitely some stuff to do. Want to start practicing some dancing. We're not going to do anything crazy. We don't have a choreographed first dance or anything, but we want to find some like YouTube tutorial and just like, spend a couple nights just in the living room practicing a bit, just so we're not fools out there.
Yeah.
You wung it?
Wung it. Yeah.
How was that? How'd it go?
It was fine. Like we practiced a little bit, kind of like what you're saying, but
yeah,
for the most part, we wung it.
Yeah. We're not planning to do anything crazy. We just want to get the basics. But yeah, so a lot of wedding stuff. Riley and I also, we like our new favorite spot in town to eat is this like Asian Cajun place that does like seafood boil. And it's like these Asian owners that do like Louisiana Cajun food, which is super nice. We're big fans, getting some crab in a crab boil, delicious food, get a margarita with it. It's like a really weird, like Mexican, Asian, Cajun fusion. Cause you get like margs, but also like this like Asian seafood boils. Big fan stuff I definitely never ate growing up in Minnesota. You don't get like crab and crawfish and all that kind of stuff. So we ate at that place after our wedding shopping. So this week upcoming, I am traveling, and then when I get back, Riley goes up to Dallas to get her like final dress fitting. So another hectic week ahead here, but the end is on the horizon, and the end not being the wedding, the end in terms of like I have the whole week off before the wedding, so a lot of stuff will be done then. And then the week of the wedding's on a Wednesday, so still have a few days for then. You guys obviously coming, which would be a lot of fun. I think we have that pretty much squared away as well. So yeah, everything's falling into place, but still a lot of moving parts that we're trying to button up. Yesterday, however, breaking news, I did update my letterbox asterisk. I updated, so I've been waiting to log anything until I wanted to go through and clean up a bunch of ratings, which I finished that. I haven't logged anything yet, so that's my goal today. So I have a backlog of a lot of stuff to log. But I don't know why. Just a few weeks ago, I got in my head that I wanted to clean up my letterbox and like touch every rating basically, and I did. And basically, the stuff that changed was there's stuff that was long overdue. One, I needed to finally go through every like short film, documentary, TV show, and I wanted to remove my ratings from all those because I wanted to just be like narrative feature films that I'm rating, because that's what I do now, and that's what I've done for a while. But it sells a lot of stuff from like years ago that are rated that are Black Mirror episodes, Love, Death, Robots episodes, documentaries, stuff like that. I just wanted to remove all those. Then also I went and I was really strict with both my half stars and 5 stars because I wanted to change the way I kind of view them basically. So my half stars, and this is the intended purpose, I only have 18 now. I had like 50. I really only want my half stars to be like stuff that I absolutely hate, but like in an offensive way. Like it's offensively bad.
Got to bump those numbers up. Watch some more shit. Watch some more pure trash.
I do. I mean, my 1 and 1.5 got a huge bump because I moved so much out of the half star. So my like letterbox curve looks like somewhat normal, but then my half star is like the tiniest bar by a million miles, and that's how I hope it will be. My half stars are going to be reviewed or reserved for just the worst of the worst. So, the 365 Days trilogy, Ginger Dead Man, Jurassic Shark, Winnie
Ginger
the Pooh
Dead
Honey, The Wrong Missy. These are
Ginger
kind of
Dead Man.
Were you not on that review? Was it me and
No, that was a Patreon review back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. So cleaned up all those, cleaned up a bunch of stuff that just I feel like were erroneous ratings from years ago where I felt pressured to rate a film maybe a little lower than I actually felt, or rate a film a little higher than I actually felt. So I feel like I got it in a good spot. Updated some lists, which basically meant deleting a lot of lists because I was just couldn't be bothered to go and rearrange 250 like 2022 releases or something. So I just deleted it. I didn't care. But Yeah, so it's all updated, but I still have to log all these films. So I'm just going to go in order of my spreadsheet of what I have to log. So this isn't the order I watched them over the past 2 weeks, but obviously I watched Kill Bill 1 and 2. Watched Train Dreams. Already talked about that last week. We're going to talk about it more on the Patreon review this week. Watched Suki's Revenge, the Fortnite.
I watched that
short film
earlier.
I think there's just Tarantino loads a Tommy gun full of ammunition for things he does that are stupid that you can make fun of him for and clown him for. This is not one of them. Like, people that are getting so mad about this it's silly. There's he provides you so many other idiotic things that he does to easily make fun of and call him an idiot for. This is fine. I mean, it's ridiculous, yeah, but this is far from the first movie that's done it. I mean, one battle after another, just the same thing. So what are we doing here? Watch Room 237 because I finished watching Kubrick's all of Kubrick's filmography to prep for a movie draft podcast, which I think drops on Tuesday, a Stanley Kubrick collaborative draft. Room 237, super cool dive into the Shining. But basically it's an analysis documentary breaking down the conspiracy theories and stuff behind the movie, which I liked. However, I think the documentary itself was really bad. I think they made it seem like it's like basically like the entire movie is very valid film analysis that is edited and voiceovered and scored in a way to make you think that everyone talking is crazy and like should be in an institution. Like, I don't know what the point of it was. Like, I think The Shining is such a layered movie and all their analysis was great. And uncovering so many layers I thought was awesome. But like the way it was presented made you like think as if you're like, yeah, these guys are nut jobs. Like these guys
really weird, isn't it? It is the conspiracy theory piece. It's very odd.
Yeah, I mean, you should have just made it in a normal YouTube like video analysis style.
It's The Shining. People would love to see, analysis, and that's it. Like, people are gonna watch it anyway. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, but it basically just came across as like these like 50-year-old people being like, yeah, I've watched The Shining 327 times, and this is what was uncovered on the 226th watch that really blew my mind. And it's like it was really interesting stuff to hear. And I'm like, but like, why are you making these guys sound literally insane, crazy? Yeah. Watch all his short films. So Seafarers, Flying Padre, Day of the Fight, some cool stuff in there. Really interesting to see. I think a lot of directors. I also watched Killer's Kiss and
Fear and Desire.
Fear and Desire, his two earliest films. I think a lot of directors, when you watch their earliest films, you can say like, oh yeah, that's clearly a debut, which is the same for Kubrick. I mean, I didn't love them whatsoever, but you certainly see nuggets there. Whereas, sometimes you see acclaimed directors, you watch their first film and you're like, oh yeah, I mean, how did they turn into one of the greatest directors after that was their debut? I mean, again, I didn't love these movies whatsoever. But there's stuff there for sure. Killer's Kiss was just ultimately pretty boring for me. Fear and Desire tackles, the fear and desire of the military, and it was, I don't know. I think he approached the topic he's never been a guy who strayed away from controversial subject matter. I just think everything I saw in this has been done better in like Apocalypse Now, which obviously comes out like 40 years later. But Apocalypse Now and then Passive Glory, his later film, like it's just like everything in this, which again is a consequence of like this movie did come out before the other movies I've seen that I'm referencing it to. But it's just like you can't change the order you watch things in. It's just like I feel like everything covered in that. I've just seen so much better other places. I watched Blue Moon, the Richard Linklater movie with Martin Qualley, Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke. This movie has been touted as just like an actor showcase for him, which it absolutely is. I didn't really realize it really is just this dude in a bar, working the room, talking to everyone, and just kind of putting his full acting display of emotional and powerful range on display. Ethan Hawke, one of the greats. Richard Linklater, always love his films. This feels really distinctly different than really any Linklater film I've seen. So it's cool to see that, at his age, he's still playing with form like this. And Ethan Hawke just, he's great. This is clearly like an Oscar showcase for him. Hope he gets nominated because he is great in this. But, I love Linklater and I love Ethan Hawke. So it sounds like rude saying this, but I mean, this is like a Oscar bait actor movie if I've ever seen one. It's literally just like, Ethan, we're just going to put you in this room and you're just going to shine for an hour and a half. Just give us your best shot. But I had a great time with this, so just because I love sitting with these characters. I already talked about Ballad of a Small Player, but I still have to update that. Watch One Click. Shout out Raiders Last Podcast boys, Anthony for that film is crazy. The production value and what they're able to do. Like, this is a big budget short film, and they got real stunts and effects and practical effects and explosions, and it's really impressive what they were able to accomplish. So it's on YouTube now. If you want to watch it, listeners, go check it out. Really cool stuff to see them kind of keep up in the ante all the time. And between the brothers, they've had so many different flavors of short films. I know they had that one that was called like The Mother or something like that, which was like a really quiet drama that I really enjoyed. And I have this One Click, which is loud and explosive. So cool to see how diverse their bag is. And then the two Kubricks that I had to watch to finish the filmography is Spartacus and Paths of Glory. Spartacus, the definition of an epic. This maybe the largest scale Kubrick really has ever worked with when you consider the battle sequences. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, this 3.5 hour movie didn't really have my attention for most of it. I definitely got certainly bored of it. My favorite moments, even in this big like gladiatorial slave escape, revolt, revolution movie, where actually when I can't remember the name of the actors, but when the lead actor and lead actress had their moments of dialogue and their budding romance, those are actually the scenes that I preferred the most, because I just thought both of them were just so fantastic. So you have Kirk Douglas and then Gene Simmons. The scenes between them just talking were my favorites. And you see a lot of stuff in here too with the gladiatorial games that certainly inspired Ridley Scott when he made his Gladiator film. But this is a really long film and certainly not one that I really loved, but it's an impressive film nonetheless. But then Paths of Glory was a film that I loved. Incredible war film, really a film that tackles it, two major subjects in a very short, like 1.5-hour movie. It starts, obviously with the battlefield, and then the back half is all the courtroom fallout. And I think you get a lot of heartbreaking, but like satisfying turns in this film as basically power ranks are challenged. You see people get overridden based on what their status is in the military. And
Kirk Douglas is unbelievable in it, especially the courtroom.
He's fantastic in it. I definitely prefer that far more to Spartacus in terms of Kirk Douglas, Kubrick collaborations. But yeah, this is a really powerful film, really devastating. The ending is satisfying, even though everything leading up to it is really kind of just really heartbreaking to see unfold. But it's like, at the end, you at least kind of get a moment of being like, all right, good. At least someone's getting their comeuppance. But yeah, just fiercely anti-war and just the horrors of the battlefield. And then beyond that, the horrors of when you think you're doing everything you can just to survive. And then you realize even doing that isn't enough, because you're going to be tried for treason for not trying harder to try and kill the enemy, when you basically would certainly be sending thousands and thousands of men to their certain deaths. Just a great film. One of the great war films of all time. My favorite Kubrick war film for sure. Not for sure. I really like Full Metal Jacket too. So like, not trying to say I dislike that movie, but yeah, finished my Kubrick filmography, so I'm done with that. But yeah, that's what I've been watching this week. And now we can get on to
pause. I just want to say, George, your eyes went crazy at me then. Quick shout out. I have a pro clubs team. Do you know like 2K? You play like the park, the football version. I have a few of the Discord lads in Ornaments. We have a few there called the Ornaments. 623rd team in the world. Quick shout out, by the way.
You are?
Wait, you're all on one team, or you're just
but you play as an individual. So you play as one player. You play as your own player. And you're all on one team. 623rd in the world.
How many teams?
Kind of legit. I'll give you props for that.
Hundreds and hundreds of thousands, probably.
Damn. Congrats on the no sex.
Incredibly rich.
That's funny. That is funny.
That's sick. Well, keep climbing the rankings. At what point would you just be able to just be a full-time
I don't know. We've already dropped to like 2,500, man. I mean, it's not going well right now.
Is it one of those things that if you don't play, you're just going to start dropping? So you got to be like,
we just lost a few games and then got found out essentially. But 1 point, Tyler.
How many people are there?
Hundreds and wait, as in from the Discord, or
Or... Like on your how many people are you playing with at a time?
We get full teams, so 11 or 10. Wow. No one is a goalkeeper.
You get 11. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's sick.
I thought you were going to say like 4 of you play, and then like the other 7 are
AIs,
like computers or
something. That's what we do when not many people's on, but oftentimes because so many people in Discord, we play with 11 people or 10 people. It's kind of
That's
fun.
kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
Oh,
Well,
by the
you
way,
guys
Cam,
want-
people keep asking me in my streams to get you to play a game with me.
Dude, I'd love to. If I ever get my computer set up back to my actual house, I'll start streaming again. I have been playing. We got Switch Sports, so I've been hitting the bowling alley, hitting the links a little bit inside.
So is it like the Wii now? Like, do they have like the motion control controllers? Is basically
Yeah.
They
They've had that.
You've got a Switch. I didn't even know
Yeah,
you
I
had
have
a Switch. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we play the Switch a lot. Maybe we'll bring it to Texas.
Yeah.
I have a Switch. I've had it collecting dust for years, just in my closet. I got it like during
Gotta play the Switch.
COVID and just haven't touched it really since.
I got a Lite during COVID for Anna, but we haven't got like a.
The Switch is great. We love it.
Yeah,
But we're big, like we love Mario Party, so that's kind of all we use.
everyone should love Mario. To be fair,
Cam, we should get a full 11 squad of the Discord members and play Madden. So just have someone be like a right guard, and their
I
whole
haven't
job
played
is
Madden in so long.
just imagine how boring that'd be though. Like having a full 11 for Madden. It's just like, but the one play game the coach calls a play where you're a pulling guard. You're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
electric. This is my big moment.
Incredible.
All right, Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. Let's get into this review. So
Billion.
re-release in quotes in theaters. This is kind of the full release of the way Quentin Tarantino intended it to be released. So Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2 were broken up into 2 movies per the studio's request because, not going to lie, studio's probably cooking 4.5-hour movie at that time in Quentin Tarantino's career when he was really at the heights of it with, Pulp Fiction being still the craze of the town. Might have been the move. But still, Kill Bill Volume 1 obviously came out in 2003 at the end of the year, and then Kill Bill Volume 2 at the beginning of 2004. This is now stitched together. There's also an animated sequence added. I mean, when they show it in theaters, they do show Suki's Revenge before, but that's not the animated sequence I'm talking about. There is an additional one in Kill Bill that is added in. It's also been restored, cut up a little different. I've heard some mixed reviews on the actual restoration. I know that's always a hot topic for people super into that, like in terms of like 4K restorations and upscalings, that sometimes studios and production companies knock it out of the park and it looks great. Other times it compromises some of the colors and doesn't look as good. I've heard specifically some of the black and white sequences don't nearly look as high contrast as the original. So mixed results on that, but still Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, now in theaters in a week where really the only other thing was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So usually when there's re-releases, it kind of comes in the middle of a random release schedule. So somehow they managed to get a prime December release for a re-release of Kill Bill with really nothing competing with it in theaters right now.
How much money is it making? Do we have like a projection for the weekend?
I don't think yet we will. It's not re-releases never make like crazy money.
Yeah. What was the one that came out fairly recently made like a lot? I can't remember what it was now.
The Spider-Man's all made pretty well.
Yeah,
it looks like this will make like, let's see. Recently had limited releases.
Cameron re-released Avatar like 2 years ago.
Did that make money? Like a lot of money? I
I
can't
almost
remember.
he just released. No, you could watch Way of Water.
Way of Water just released, yeah.
Oh,
it just
still?
released. Yeah.
Like,
They do that. I mean, Avengers is about to release Endgame. They're going to do this before every big.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is releasing before the new one as well.
It's basically 3
extended
months.
cut, too.
You already have the film. You already have the movie.
Yep. But this is re-releasing, going to make a couple $1 million. It's technically released in 2006. Like I said, this is like a re-release in quotes. He released his version in 2006, but it has been restored. So this came out after it. But that's why, if you've always been confused, which is understandably so because it is confusing and really stupid for the whole 10 film rule. But if you've always been like, he's got 10 films. Like, why is he saying he hasn't made his 10th film yet? He considers Kill Bill 1 and 2 to be one film because that is how he intended to release them. And it was the studio that ultimately said, no, we're not allowing you to release a 4-hour movie. We're splitting them up into 2. Okay, the 10 film rule is completely stupid, but he was always consistent with this. The very next film after this, he called his 5th film. So it wasn't like he got later in his career, was like, oh, I'm going to change it. So Death Proof, it was the 5th film from
Still a
Quentin
gimmick.
Tarantino.
It's still stupid.
Oh, for sure stupid. For sure stupid and a gimmick. But he always considered this full thing his 4th film. So let's get into it. So I know it's released as one entire film, but there's clearly, Volume 1 and Volume 2 is going to live in the popular. So we can kind of talk about it and approach it like that. So we are going to approach it like that. Kill Bill Volume 1 is, here comes the bride. An assassin is shot by her ruthless employer, Bill, and other members of her assassination circle, but she lives to plot her vengeance. So she's at a wedding at the beginning of the movie, gets gunned down by, mysterious figures. You don't really know who they are. Looks like she is left for death completely. She survives, and she goes and starts her ruthless odyssey of vengeance, which is really what this is, crossing the globe, crossing names off the list, training, getting stronger to kill everyone who has wronged her. Let's go ahead and get into this. We'll start with, non-spoilers and spoil. I don't know. We'll probably just talk.
Yeah, it's Kill Bill,
honestly. So it's
yeah.
Kill
I was
Bill.
gonna say,
You guys have seen it at this point.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you want to watch it,
I'm gonna slip up.
Yeah. So if you want to see, if you haven't seen Kill Bill and you don't want to be spoiled, just use this timestamps down below and skip ahead to when we do our Quentin Tarantino collaborative draft, because we're going to talk full Kill Bill spoilers and stuff in here. But so yeah, we'll still go kind of around the room to start the conversation. We'll start with Seth, but don't hesitate to talk freely about the movie. Go ahead and just say any spoilers. But how do you feel about Kill Bill Volume 1? So everything leading up to
the start,
her over in Asia, and then the flight back, and then it kind of ends there.
I mean, I hadn't seen these films in a good few years, to be honest, and it's quite unfortunate I couldn't go and see the whole Blue Forever, because I would have liked to have seen them as one. I believe, did they have an intermission? I'm assuming they did.
Yeah.
Okay, they did, yeah. But it's kind of cool because you understand the cut and you understand as to why they wouldn't allow them to release at the time and why he considers this one film. But they do complement each other so well, but also contrast. They are different in text. Like, one is very, very set piece focused. One is kind of more dialogue and driven focused and narrative focused, I guess. It depends which one you like more. I think it's easy to look at these films as just like influences of previous genres, but they are just like, in simplest forms, the coolest like shit ever, especially the first one for me. And what I kind of noticed more, especially within the first one, and the second one, especially with the, like Tyler was saying, the black and white sequences are amazing, but the first one especially, it's just like the creativity that goes behind every set piece. It's just ridiculous. Like, not to just completely skip ahead, but the what they call the Crazy 8 scene, like the fucking fight scene in the first one, it is kind of just the coolest shit ever. Go on.
You know what I just found out? I found out that when that movie was released in 2003, that scene was released in America in black and white because they didn't want the NC-17 rating, but it was released overseas in color because they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just learned that like 2 days ago.
Because they released it in color now, right? So
yeah,
I just learned.
I threw it on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think black and white would have actually looked really good, to be honest, especially with how it looks in the second one. But I love the way, I think, for me, a lot of times with these sort of films, when time jumps are incorporated, they feel almost gimmicky a lot of the time, but it really does feel like it complements itself so well. And I think Uma Thurman, like, is just the, and it's easy to say in hindsight, but you can't imagine anyone else in this role, other than her. And he uses influences so well. Like, I know, shout out by Nalbus. I'm assuming you've seen it, George, just because you like these sort of films. Have you seen Lady Snowblood?
No, he keeps telling me to watch that.
It's really good, and like when you watch it, you'll be like, okay, this is just like Kill Bill, and the influence is so obvious. In terms of the blood splatter, the kind of exploitation, the classic kind of East Asian Japanese cinema of that era, and the music as well. And for example, the Crazy 8 scene, what I love so much is that kind of the walkout, the way Tarantino utilizes the soundtrack and the kind of jumpy aesthetic and jumpy effects, and the way the cameras move as well. Seriously incredible. Like, it's the whole thing, 1 and 2, every singular set piece sequence is like one of the best of its kind, of its genre, which is probably the most impressive thing in itself. And I think I actually appreciated it probably more this time around as well. Funny enough, actually I won't say that yet because we're going to go on to 2, but in terms of the period and how we talk a lot about directors wearing their influences on a sleeve, and I think that's what Tarantino's done so well throughout his career, especially in the likes of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which we've spoken about. I think would have been a perfect final film if he stick to that thing, because again, it's a Hollywood fable for him. Mm-hmm. But with this, it really showcases, and when you hear him talk about, his favorite films, when he's talked about films of this era, and Japanese films specifically, it really is just wearing the influence on his sleeve in the best possible way. Like, and it's so creative, has that kind of silliness that you would expect, whilst also having this just vibrancy of color, and also like deeply rooted in just a classic. Like, when you talk about a tale of retribution, of revenge, like when it comes to the 2000s, we're talking about Kill Bill Something like Old Boy and stuff like that. But Kill Bill will always remain in the conversation, even though it wasn't, an early Retribution film. It will always be that kind of one that springs to mind in terms of the way it does it, piece by piece, her picking the, I guess, villains or foes off, and then uncovering more about her. I also forgot. I don't know how I forgot this. I do like the censoring of the name as well. That could be gimmicky, but I do think it's kind of funny. Like every time someone kind of utters the name,
it's like it's so unnecessary, but it's kind of cool.
It's so like
I feel like there's no need for them to.
It's
yeah, because they
so like
think that they're just calling her kiddo, which is
can
be seen as like derogatory, like, oh, come on, kiddo, like, but then you realize, oh shit, that's actually like her name.
It was to like leave that. It's such a Tarantino thing to do. You know what I mean? It's really annoying, but I think it works like in the context, especially when you watch the second one as well. Like it's such a silly, kind of obnoxious thing to do, but I almost understand it. It gives like almost
but then when L at the end is like, if you go to this cemetery, that's where you'll find the final resting place of Beatrix Kiddo, and it's like kind of cool because it's like very like soap opera melodramatic, where the camera like zoomed in on her face and she was like, Beatrix Kiddo.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of them. Like just to in the second one, the fight scenes between her and Ellie.
Yeah.
When they're in the apartment in the kind of the closed the space in the hallway, before the thing happens, what happens, and we'll obviously I'll speak about that. When the kind of camera pans on both of them, and then there's like slow zoom towards them, it is like that heightened melodrama, classic. Like there's a lot of like, for example, George, like even if you watch like Hero, like a Wuxia martial arts film like that, there are a lot of things that are like that. For example, when they're in the air and the time kind of slows down, and it'll zoom in on one of their faces, and it is kind of like silly but classic kind of martial arts. You can obviously see the influences in this. Like it is gimmicky, but in the best way possible as well. But I think Kill Bill 1. Kill Bill 1 it remains my favorite. It was interesting because I think this kind of like is the outlier to my personal rule, in which I think most of the time with films like this, I usually value kind of the more narrative and I guess more integral moments of emotion, whatever, over massive, hyper-extensive, set pieces. This is kind of different. I actually still prefer 1. I think 1 is a decent bit better, even though considered 1. There's a clear contrast between 1 and 2, in my opinion. But yeah, I loved Kill Bill 1. I thought it was great. Actually, we'll move on to it, but I think it actually moved up in my Tarantino ranking overall. It's great. Wears influence on his sleeve in the best possible way. It has so many in there, and I really enjoyed it. I give it a 4.5 for Kill Bill 1.
Nice. And in between me popping around the room, I'm going to just interject with some, layers about the production of Kill Bill and the development. So what I didn't realize, I never noticed it on all the times I watched Kill Bill prior to this, but in the credits, it says like credits the bride character to Q and U, which obviously I saw that and I'm like, oh, it's probably Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman, but I looked it up and that is very much the case. Like the bride character, Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman, they conceived it together while filming Pulp Fiction together in 1994. Yeah. In 2000 and 2001, Quentin Tarantino spent time with Uma Thurman in New York City to build out the script and build out this character while Uma Thurman was with her newborn daughter, Maya Hawke. So now they wrote this bride character together, and basically Tarantino, they wrote everything for what the description of this character is going to be, all the characteristics. And ultimately that character is broken up into 2 different characters, one being the bride you see in Kill Bill. The other characteristics were broken off and given to Shoshana Dreyfus from Inglourious Bastards. So that's kind of the mindset they were thinking of when they were developing these characters here. But yeah, Uma Thurman was always the decision to be here. They conceived this character together. They built out this entire world together, wrote it. Uma Thurman got pregnant, so they delayed filming, but obviously Tarantino was willing to wait for her. Also, Uma Thurman got injured in a car crash during the production of this, and it caused a lot of tension between the two. Apparently, some concerns were expressed by Uma Thurman to want a stunt driver, and Quentin Tarantino pushed for her to be the driver. And there was an accident that happened that it wasn't like nothing like life-threatening, but it certainly injured her, gave her a concussion, and then injured her knee. So that kind of really fractured the relationship going forward. And initially, the footage was hidden. I think you can find it now in 2018. Apparently the footage was released during because Harvey Weinstein was a producer of this film. So during the whole investigation into him, all their files basically got released. So if you want, I don't know, you can be the judge, I guess. But yeah, so that their relationship isn't where it used to be because that car accident made that happen during Kill Bill. But this is a character they both loved and developed together. to make these movies. Michelle Yeoh also met with Tarantino potentially to be in this film. Bruce Willis was considered for this film as well. So, this is a big deal. But Weinstein ultimately, was the one who broke it up into 2 movies. So, Cam, we'll go on to you. Kill Bill, Volume 1, thoughts.
Good movie. Hot take there. No, I really enjoy Kill Bill. I think like everything Seth mentioned, the action sequence in this are just kind of like second to none. They're fantastic. They're really, really well done. The best being obviously the final action set piece is just insane. It's really, really great. But I kind of hate Quentin Tarantino, but I like all of his movies. Like he's just kind of a jackass in a lot of things, but man, he makes a really great movie. I will say, I think Seth mentioned moving Kill Bill up. I think I dropped it down a little bit after watching both of these again. I think I do prefer all of his other movies that I've seen to this. I have, other than the Hateful Eight. I don't love the Hateful Eight. And I remember really liking Reservoir Dogs. I just haven't seen it in like 4 years, and it's not a movie I ever like think about. So I rated it when I watched it 4 years ago. It's a 4.5, but I can't say I've like gone back to think about Reservoir Dogs in a long while like I do Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django. I really love. Even Kill Bill, I think I think about more often. But yeah, Pulp Fiction, even I forgot that one, but yeah, I really enjoy this movie. I don't know how in depth, how spoilery we're getting. I didn't go see the.
You can spoil anything.
Yeah, I didn't go see the Whole Bloody Affair. Unfortunately, it was a nice week just to watch them at home, and that worked out better for me. But I did watch the Yuki's Revenge on Fortnite. Fine animation. There are moments where like it's good animation, but there are also moments where it's like this is very clearly just Fortnite animation and it kind of sucks right now. But that thing was hilarious. Just how at one point they have like Yuki like drinking a flurp juice to get health and stuff like after getting shot. And man, she was shooting like I do in Fortnite. They were like 5 feet away from each other and missed every shot they had. I was like, damn, it looks like I'm playing this game. But it's just so funny, like the cultural relevance that Fortnite has become, that he's releasing short films into that goddamn game. It's insane. It's insane the world we're in, and we'll talk it more later when we talk Netflix and Warner Brothers merger. But like, man, this world we're in, it's just fucking weird, man. So yeah, I did watch Yuki's Revenge. I tried to find like the anime sequence that they put into the Whole Bloody Affair online, and I couldn't find it just yet. I assume it'll get posted, in a week or something. But I did want to watch that because I heard it's very, very good. But yeah, I like Kill Bill a lot. I like Uma Thurman a lot. This is really like all I know her in, other than as Snake Lady and Percy Jackson, the first one. I feel like I don't really know Uma Thurman.
Get your Uma Thurman bag up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot she was Medusa.
Medusa, thank you. Yeah,
wow.
Medusa and Percy Jackson. There you go.
I don't know why I always had Charlize Theron's face attached to that character. I don't know why.
I don't know if Charlize Theron's in that, but yeah, it is. It is Uma Thurman. But yeah, this Kill Bill and then Pulp Fiction is really all I got for Uma Thurman. But I think she is fantastic in this. And I think just the way Quentin Tarantino directs, he's got so many different like styles, and I think he really does do a great job at like going through and changing his directorial like ability throughout his filmography, and that's awesome. I wish he weren't such a jackass. Just be a better person. But that's not about Kill Bill, just unfortunately. But yeah, just be normal. Don't go have an interview and say like actors are really fucking bad and you hate them.
Especially when you're talking about good actors.
Yeah, that too. Even like very, very good actors. Even
the Matthew Lillard strike was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did you say about Matthew Lillard? I didn't see that.
He just
one.
like lumped Paul Dano, Matthew Lillard, and
That's
someone else.
crazy.
Owen
Yeah.
Wilson. Yeah.
Owen
Not
Wilson.
Paul Dano and Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Like, that's
Like,
insane.
it's fucking
man.
crazy.
Hey, that's not Scooby Doo.
That's
Matthew
Shaggy.
Lillard?
Oh,
Shaggy.
dare
Sorry,
you.
I apologize.
Wow.
Yes, my mistake. I just generically threw out Scooby Doo. I'm sorry. I
Well,
know.
ironically, really good performance.
Yeah, I
Sure.
it's been a while since I've rewatched Kill Bill, so I had a phenomenal time, particularly with Volume 1. I think I'm Team Seth here, where I think Volume 1 probably climbed my Tarantino ranking a little bit. Like everything, like the Crazy 88 scene or whatever that team is called. Like that whole 30-minute segment is enough to like climb the ranks of Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like it was just absolutely hilarious. She mows down like 20 people, a whole clan of people come out, she's mowing people down, then you move into like this blue silhouetted fight scene, and then the doors open to this like beautiful snowy landscape, and it's like there's just so much going on. I think it's just fucking beautiful. Like probably, and I don't know, you guys tell me if you agree or not, but this might be Tarantino's like stylistically his most distinct film, where like you watch Inglourious Bastards and Hateful Eight and even Pulp Fiction, and you can see similarities between those three films. But then you watch Kill Bill, and it's like this is just so far removed from the rest of his filmography. Like this, there are moments where I was like, am I even watching a Tarantino film? Like it feels so different from, you know, the rest of, or the majority of the rest of his filmography. Because like I wouldn't lump like Hollywood into like the Bastards, Hateful Eight group of like vibes. But yeah, stylistically, this thing is fucking sick, man. Like I love its homage to martial arts cinema. I love the anime aspect of it. I love the revenge aspect of it. I love every single character. I love this like team of assassins that's like not fully fleshed out, so you don't like truly in Volume 1 really understand them and understand their motives. Obviously, that gets a little more fleshed out in Volume 2, but like in Volume 1, I love like the mystery around like who they are, why they attack the church, why, you know, all of this means so much to Beatrix, and it's just it's nonstop. First movie is like an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes, which I completely forgot, and it moves, like it's moving quickly, and I think it all just works so well. It all comes together so well. The action, the choreography, I think is just fucking brilliant. Every single stylistic decision made, I think, is just so interesting. Like you're watching this movie and it opens up with like this very, like we said, like melodramatic soap opera-y, like Bill thinks he kills Beatrix in the church. Then it cuts to like her waking up from a coma, and it turns into like this disgusting grindhouse film where this doctor is letting people pay to have sex with.
Oh my god! I don't know how I forgot about that scene when I mentioned.
Yeah, so it's just like such a crazy, disgusting vibe change. Yeah. Then it turns into, you know, she goes overseas to get this sword, and that might be one of my favorite sequences of Tarantino's entire career, where she walks into this sushi place, sits down, is having this like casual conversation with this guy, and then like the conversation like deepens and they dive into like, oh, I'm looking for what's his name, Hattori Hanzo, Hanzo, I think his name is. He's like, I'm looking for Hattori Hanzo, and then it gets like real, and then even like after he's like, give me a month and I'll make you this blade. I love the scene where he gives her the blade, because then you're like, oh, now shit's about to hit the fucking fan. And it's like, I just think it's it's so interesting, man. It's so interesting because you're moving, you're shifting vibes and genres and blending all of this together, and it shouldn't work. The melodrama and the gross grindhouse Rob Zombie-esque conversations about fucking corpses. And then you have this Lady Snowblood influence and this martial arts cinema. It should not work. All of these should not come together to work as well as they do. And I think they do. Like genuinely, I think they do. And then one thing, and this is between volume 1 and 2. I know we're sticking on volume 1 right now, but between the 2 volumes, I am stunned that when people talk about the best soundtracks in cinema, I don't hear Kill Bill volume 1 and 2 mentioned more often. Every single needle drop had me like literally sitting up in my seat, like, oh my God, that's fucking sick. Like, this soundtrack was so unbelievable. I've done myself a disservice over the years waiting so long to rewatch these movies. And that's for the soundtrack alone. Like, for the soundtrack alone, I just think it's just so worth the rewatch. Both of these movies coming together, just, it's such a fulfilling experience. You know, you keep asking yourself questions like, oh, will we know more about this group of assassins? Will we know more about why they kill, why they try to kill Beatrix and kill her, potential fiance, or not potential husband, and like all of her friends. We learn so much more, and like everything, like all your questions are answered. Everything unfolds beautifully. The movies wrap up. And I mean, now I'm just getting into volume 2, but like, I love even in volume 2, how she's buried alive and you're like, how is she going to get out of this? And it immediately cuts back to her training with this martial artist guy. And you see her punching the wall from a close range. And you're like, oh, that's brilliant.
How do they do that, man?
I don't, you got to be so strong.
I don't understand that at all. The Force, I don't get it.
Yeah. But like, she's buried alive. And even Victoria was like, how the fuck is she getting out? Like, there's no way she's getting out of this. And then you cut to like a long, it's not like a 5-minute scene where they like give you some stupid explanation for how she relieves herself from 6 feet under. It's like a whole, like, Bill drops her off, she's training under this guy. She learns this very specific technique throughout all of her other techniques. You see her struggling to eat ramen because her hands are so fucking fucked up. And it's like, oh, this is brilliant, man. Like, this is fucking brilliant.
I love when she goes out to the water in that place after, when she's just like dirt.
Yeah.
The guy's face is like, what the fuck?
Like,
also, before I forget, George, when you said the soundtrack?
Yeah.
I watched an interview. I can't remember when I watched it. And the piece of music that I think it's the scene when the Crazy 8 come out. It's that piece of music where it's like, dun, dun, dun,
yes.
I watched an interview and he was talking about that, and I think he found it in like a really old school, it might have been Japanese or Chinese martial arts movie, and he took that piece of music from it and then revolutionized it, because that synth was used. I think he said like, I think Shrek 3 used it, Team America, and it's like been that classic music he's revolutionized, where it's like people will come out to, it'll be like a badass walking scene. Yeah. And I think that's actually something that Tarantino's done quite a few times in his career. I think when you look back at, for example, Pulp Fiction, he did it as well with certain pieces of music in that, where he's taken these iconic moments and kind of pushed them into mainstream Western pop culture as well. Yeah. So the soundtrack's definitely like, I think that's something
that's the thing with the soundtrack too, is like the soundtrack at times feels very, classic Western. And it's over a montage of martial arts. And then there are times where the soundtrack feels very, Japanese inspired, when it's over like very melodramatic Western imagery. It's like none of this.
It goes Western in the second one.
This whole movie
Western
should not work.
For sure.
This movie is stupid and I don't like it. It shouldn't fucking work. Even I think it's Kill Bill Volume 1 when the credits are playing and the bang bang, what's that fucking song, man? That whole song, Baby Shoot Me Down or something like that song. That was so good, man. Every single needle drop is just so good. But,
there wasn't one composer on this. It was a collaboration, but the one who handled it all mostly was RZA, the de facto leader of the Wu-Tang Clan, and then but also Ennio Morricone, Bernard Herrmann, some of the great composers of all time incorporated in the film. So cool blend of kind of RZA being like the point guard, making everything move and blending everything together while just incorporating some of Morricone's work, Herman's work. Robert Rodriguez was also included a bit in Volume 2. So Tarantino also was very involved in the arrangement of a lot of these films. So it's like, I don't know, like a lot of Tarantino films, but this one specifically, like you're mentioning, like the the score pieces blended with actual like music and just the way it flows, the soundtrack from top to bottom really is second to none. Like, this is incredible.
So I love that this is because one thing I didn't touch when we talk about like genre blending is the comedy in this movie. And one of my favorite lines is when one of the assassins is talking to Bill, and she was like, she defeated the crazy 88s, and Bill was like, she defeated 88 people, and the girl was like, no, they just call themselves that. I don't know why. It's a weird name. But
yeah, I mean, Kill Bill Volume 1 to me, I've always said in the last few years, because Kill Bill was like the last Tarantino film I ever saw. At this point, this is probably my third or fourth maybe watch. But back
Wait, was the last one you saw as in
like I'd watched every other Tarantino film before Kill Bill.
That's actually kind of, I think it was actually my first, because I remember like that was the one I'd always heard about growing up, actually.
And just like, unfortunately, it's just for me, like samurai, like these type of movies, the poster never appealed to me. I was like, this doesn't look like a film I would love, but I absolutely love it. And again, my tastes have expanded since then. But Kill Bill Volume 1 from the jump, I was like, I love this. I watched it, I think, for the second time, literally like a day or two later. I was so in love with it. The genre blending, the score, Uma Thurman being so commanding, this tale of revenge that, again, fuses so many genres that we keep talking about. Like, it starts out very soapy and very kind of corny, and then immediately jumps into this revenge of her going to Vivica Fox's house and battling her with that classic trope of like, oh, we're going to fight to the death, but don't make too much noise because, you know, my daughter's upstairs and we don't want to disturb her type thing. And then from that, you know,
in front of her daughter.
Yeah, well, not in front.
She's
my God, with the dog.
Not in front, but like the daughter.
Yeah, but then the daughter walks down.
Inopportune time.
And then
I love it. She's like, if when you grow older, if you still feel like sore about this, come find me and we'll talk it out.
That's dope. Crazy. So dope.
Yeah, that whole sequence is so well choreographed. Like, not only the hand-to-hand combat, but then you have like the gunshot through the box of Fruit Loops, like that. Just a genius.
You just use a lot of like.
How does she miss that shot?
Things. Oh, I don't know.
Probably deflected off the corn pops, man. I don't know.
I love the way he uses like so many like seemingly innocuous just objects and environments and stuff. It's so fucking fun. And I love the way like when the daughter, like, I don't know, she's a bus or a car or whatever, and they just immediately stop and they like, she walks in, they've just got blood all over them with like knives behind their back and shit.
Yeah.
And they like, what do they have a coffee after or something? And just to kind of discuss a little bit further. That scene's so good because that's quite early. When is that in the film? I can't remember.
That's like right at the beginning.
Second scene,
very, very beginning.
Like literally the second scene.
Yeah, and it's funny because even the daughter knows like shit's up. Like she comes in, and the mom Vivica Fox is like, yeah, the dog like broke our glass coffee table, and the daughter's like, the dog did that.
The living room is everywhere at this point.
Yeah, she knew. She's like, I'm not buying what you're selling. But from there, you go to the hospital, her losing the ability to move her legs, and then she has to wiggle her toe and gain that feeling, and it's really like a very much an anime brought to life. Yeah, and then she goes to Japan, like George was saying. Just everything about this I love. It is a true tale of bloody revenge and odyssey, traveling the globe, of her gaining all these abilities, crossing names off the list. And it seems like no one's safe. Like when she goes to, like the Deadly Vipers and Oren Ishii, the Yakuza, no one's able to stop her, and it's really not even close. And you just get to see more fun ways that she can take them down and kill them. But yeah, this whole movie is just a great odyssey. I loved it so much more than Kill Bill Volume 2. The first few watches, we'll get into Kill Bill Volume 2 here now. But overall, Kill Bill Volume 1, love it.
Thumbs up from us.
Depending on the day, always for me. I mean, I'm not even talking about Tarantino rankings because we're going to do a collaborative ranking here in a couple minutes. But the first movie is very set piece, action, revenge heavy. Kill Bill Volume 2, very revenge heavy as well, but a lot quieter is not the right word, but you get a lot more slower training sequences. You get a lot more dialogue between the people, the assassins, the Deadly Vipers who try to kill her. You get backstory on them. So I'd say Kill Bill Volume 1 is really kind of going 120 miles per hour the entire film. Kill Bill Volume 2 is a lot more slower, a lot more background on the world, the Vipers, the assassins, Bill, the relationship to Bill, finding out her daughter's alive, continuing to kill people and continuing her route to revenge, but it slows things down a lot. And it's a very different film feeling. So, splitting it with two films, I think there's a natural sense here of how the two kind of play out. Like when think about other films, like, like Full Metal Jacket's another film that was one film, but there's a very clear, like the first and second half feel very distinct. The Kill Bill first and second half feel super distinct here. But this is one that I used to always rate like Kill Bill Volume 1 like a 4.5, and Kill Bill Volume 2 would always be like a 3.5. It'd always be about a 1-star difference. Still definitely like Volume 1 more, but for me, Volume 2's jumped up a little bit. I'd say they're only about a half-star apart. I just appreciated, and I think this is the first time I've ever watched Kill Bill Volume 2, like immediately throwing it on after Volume 1. And I think maybe not having the day or two to span. So maybe if I saw it when it was released normally in theaters, I would have felt the same way I previously did, where going into Kill Bill Volume 2 after a little bit of a delay from Volume 1, I might have been like, oh, damn, Kill Bill Volume 1 stylistically was so amazing. And that, this left turn here isn't my favorite. But seeing them back to back and having this world expand and the lore expand and learning more about the Vipers, I really enjoyed and appreciated so much more. This is my third watch of Volume 2. I think I've seen Volume 1 like 5 times. But I don't know. I appreciate a lot more the dialogue. I love these actors, man. Michael Madsen, rest in peace. He passed away this year, but I just absolutely adore his character. Like, and I just adore his acting always. It's just, his line delivery is so perfect for Tarantino films. He has that gruffy, tough man voice. Like, I loved him in The Hateful Eight as well, but he's just having it. It was either the end of Volume 1 or the beginning of Volume 2. Watching back to back, so I can't remember, but just him setting the stage of like, that woman deserves her revenge. We deserve to die. And I'm like, damn, this is so sick, dude. I'm so fired up right now. And like just the whole dialogue, like of such a throwaway scene of him at his bartending job where he's like talking to his boss, and his boss is like pissed at him for showing up late. He's like, I'm a bouncer. There's nobody to bounce. And I'm just like, dude, this guy's the go. I love Michael Madsen. His delivery is amazing. But Bill as well is him. His dinner sequence with Uma Thurman, or I don't know if they're, but when they're in the kind of living room together, so tense the entire time. You kind of never really, in the scene with Vivica Fox, like they do the thing where they're fighting and then they take a break and talk it out. But there was never really a sense in that like, oh, they're going to talk this out and be okay. When it comes to Bill and the bride, her whole mission is to kill Bill, and that's probably where it's going. But like when they start talking, you start thinking like, okay, maybe, they're clearly way closer with each other than she was with Vivica Fox. Like there could be something here that could resurrect this, and how can we resolve the situation? But yeah, I mean, Kill Bill Volume 2 is one that I've always liked less than Volume 1, just because I think I preferred the grindhouse action, big set pieces, beautiful final battle in the snow of all that of Volume 1, whereas Volume 2, when it kind of slows the pace down a bit, I think was just a little bit of a hard pivot for me. I didn't love, but that's kind of my thoughts on Volume 2. I appreciate it a lot more now. All the Vipers are so interesting and learning about this world. And yeah, I think as a holistic piece of media, I agree with what George said, a couple minutes ago about how this is stylistically the most singular of Quentin Tarantino's films. I would say, a lot of the other ones have the very crime thriller through line through them, whereas this is very inspired by martial arts. This revenge isn't really something we see other than, Inglourious Bastards are revenge, but in a much different way.
A lot of them follow like hangout movies as well, aren't they? Like a lot of them are basically hangout movies, like extended ones. And this really, especially the first one, is so stylized for sure. Yeah,
it's like Kill Bill, Django, and Inglourious Bastards would be like his trilogy of revenge films, I would say.
Yeah.
But again, when you think about Django, Western, Inglourious Bastards, World War II, this just something completely different. So
yeah, you could say that Kill Bill Volume 2 definitely kind of leads into the Western more. I think it's kind of these
for sure. And yeah, with the score with Morricone and Herman, adds to it for sure. And I think that is one of the better genre blends here, is that it is really like Japanese samurai film blended with the Western, and those two styles kind of complement each other so well. And you see it on display here. Cam, Volume 2, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I actually not disagree. I do like Volume 1 more than Volume 2, but I've always kind of had them, like I had them before rewatch both a 4.5, and now I moved them both down to a 4. I almost have always like paired them the same, even when watching separate movies. But I do agree. I think Volume 1 is better than the first, better than the second. But I've always kind of paired them similarly. I always getting buried alive would be
horrifying.
yeah.
That's the worst way to go ever.
I agree. I think that might be
literally the
number one.
worst way.
That's number one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I
There's
think
no-
if I'm not mistaken, you would like suffocate well before like waking up, but
You would. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, just thinking about the idea of like sitting there for like 2 days or something would be
terrible.
I'm trying to think. That might be the worst way.
No, it is.
I
That's
think that
the
is
worst.
Because it's the
I would-
slowest. I don't
I
think
would
there's a
rather-
slower way to
That's the
die.
No.
And your
I'd
panic,
rather
like,
burn alive. I'd rather drown. I'd
Yeah.
rather
burn
fall
alive
to
is
my
incredible
death.
pain, but I think it's like what 40 seconds. or
People
something?
say when you burn alive and drown, you eventually hit a state of euphoria.
Maybe we should try it.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I've never
There's
done
a
either.
hypothesis in
That's it.
in
I've never
Austin.
done either of those, so I can't.
You have a pool at the
confirm.
Airbnb, so we'll light you
how
on
do
fire. and
like come
jump
up
in.
with that? Because like, how does whoever?
How does he know?
Yeah, how does whoever?
How does
theorizing
anyone
that
know?
know that? Like, do
Yeah.
they?
Some guys burn alive. I'm euphoric, or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like
that.
sounds like something like Jesse Plemons from Begonia would be saying. Be like, no, from my studies, I've found that
Yeah.
they're but no,
Bro,
like
don't compare me to that. That was crazy.
no, but being buried alive would be the worst thing.
Yeah, the
because
scene
you're
of
not
that
going to be
that's
able to punch
always
your way out like this.
irks me.
Yeah,
What other
goodbye.
movie has someone get buried alive? I forget. I can't remember right now, but man,
Not
it
there.
just-
Ryan
and
Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds in Buried.
You're muted, Seth.
have not seen that. I apologize.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Just
Wait, did you say
that
buried,
idea? is awful.
George?
Yeah, the Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I
movie.
said, I said buried around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about as well. Yeah.
That idea is just.
I think if
hell
I was
on
buried
earth.
alive, I would try for 10 minutes to be like the bride in this and try punching my way out once I clearly realize that's not working. The thing is, I feel like you'd try to end it early. Like I try to like hold my breath and be like, let's just end this.
Just in
quicker, but
that.
I don't think your body would allow you to do that. So I think you just got to ride
Just
it out.
in that, trying to like just
Yeah,
grabbing
just-
your neck and shit.
3 days slowly suffocating. It sounds pitiful, bro.
Tyler
I can't
just-
even imagine
But
the
just keep
cramps.
training this
I
in the
think-
gym.
Yeah, just
We'll be
like-
in the gym together.
I think I would try punching my way out, but maybe
How?
after 24 hours you're like capable, but like no way. You have all that
There's no-
weight of the dirt. Like there's no. God, that would be awful. That'd be.
There's
truly
no room for motion. It makes no
even
sense.
even if you punched your way through the wood, you're
got dirt.
swallowing
It'll just-
6 feet of dirt.
Yeah.
just and then you're getting out of that.
No
Like,
way.
that's
There's
going.
no way.
fuck it.
No
Yeah,
way.
and maybe
No way.
maybe that kills you quicker because that's maybe that's
Yeah,
what you
fair
need
point,
to do
fair
is just
point.
bury yourself.
I-
in the dirt.
Get out of it so you can die quicker. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
thought going like before the buried alive scene, just to get back on track.
Mateo,
I
clip
love-
that. That's a good conversation.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. When Beatrix goes to his RV and she's like hiding underneath and she's like gonna creep up on him. I really like genuinely I forgot about volume 2. So I was like, there's gotta be a swift kill, right? Like she's gonna make quick work of him and then move on.
Same. And then the fucking
And
thing
then she
happens.
opens the door, gets banged in the chest. Very
You would,
dude,
you would
very
die from
Batman-esque, where he takes C4 to the chest
Yeah.
in Matt Reeves' universe, and then it's like a whole like. There's like a good 35 minutes of this movie where she's buried alive, and we get the flashback of how she learns to punch, and then after she gets out, she goes back to the RV, and that's at the point where Elle kills him with the snake. Also, a very funny scene. I see a lot of criticisms of people of volume 2 where people are basically like, this movie did not need to be like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And
To be fair, it's only actually like I didn't realize the credit. Do you notice how long the credits were?
no,
it's
I didn't
it's like
notice.
under
Like
2
first
hours.
10 minutes of it, yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
like
crazy.
20 minutes credits. It's fucking
Yeah, so it's not
wild.
even, but like people always point to the first scene where what's his name goes to his boss and he's like, you're late. Like that scene runs
Michael
for like
Madsen,
15
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, like that's a
Yeah,
long
11 minutes.
scene. And I loved every single line of dialogue in that scene. Like I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Crossing.
There was a point.
You work Friday? Nope.
Yeah, nope,
Saturday?
not working Friday.
Next week,
not
no.
Saturday. So jokes. But yeah, even like the scene where Elle brings him all of his cash, like that runs for 10 minutes. Like there's like a long period of time between her breaking out of the coffin and her actually getting to the RV where like you don't even see her. Like it's just her like walking while Elle and this guy are dealing with the cash, talking about does she have any regret in not killing Beatrix, shit like that. And then it's like I feel like this for me, I think I'm I think I'm with Cam here, where like Volume 1 and Volume 2 for me are very similar in quality, but for me they both lean towards a 4.5. I think I have Volume 1 at a 4.5 and Volume 2 at a 4. But like everything in this movie is like necessary. Everything is calculated. Like I love all of these like dragged out conversations. I think they're so fucking cool. They're so unnecessary. This movie could have been an hour and 20 minutes if you cut down so many of these lines of dialogue. But I'm like, every conversation is sick as fuck. Even the ending with Beatrix and Bill, like that runs for so long. He lectures her about Batman and Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Which is hilarious because he has a fundamental misunderstanding of both characters, which I just think is so fucking hilarious. But it's like that literally he's using this Batman and Superman analogy. And like that analogy alone ran like 7 minutes. And I'm like, bro, get on with it. But I'm like, it's sick. Like this is sick as fuck.
And what did you say his favorite thing about Superman is again? It's like
that he was basically saying that Superman, like Clark Kent is the disguise. Clark Kent is not the real person. Superman is the real person. Or he's saying Clark Kent is the disguise.
And he says that Batman,
and he's saying that Batman is Bruce Wayne's disguise. So he's basically saying Superman is the superhero, whereas Batman is just a man. And he somehow falls that back into his own life.
He's an egotistical man. Listen,
yeah. I love you. The one thing I will say, I think there's a lot of cool flashbacks in these movies. There's a lot of cool, like, you're kind of jumping around time period, like learning how she like trained and gets her sword. I think the one, not going to say annoyingly obvious, but the one very obvious part of this movie is at the beginning of Volume 2, where Beatrix and Bill are talking about this 5 pressure point thing where like you hit the 5 pressure points, you walk 5 steps and your heart explodes. And Bill was like, no, he never taught me that. And you were like, all right, that's how Bill's dying. Like, you know, that's too obvious. And it's still cool when it happens, because after Volume 1 and Volume 2, you expect like this to be like some major showdown, like this big, eccentric, exaggerated martial arts sword fight between Bill and Beatrix. And you end up getting this like, it starts off emotional where she walks into the house and Bill's there. And then the kid walks out, and then she's being a mom for like 20 minutes or however long that part of the scene is. And then they put the kid to sleep. And once they put the kid to sleep, I was like, oh, here we go. Like, they're going to get after it. And it ends up just being this, like, this conversation of like 2 people. Like, he shoots her in the leg with something that, like, I think like incapacitates her for a little bit of time. And then, yeah, he hits her with the pressure points. And it's like, wow, like that's cool. Like it's like a very like satisfying ending, because she didn't just like decapitate him or something. Like she got to watch him literally walk off towards his death. And I was like, this is so, I was like, it's annoying that like you kind of know it's coming, like the pressure point thing. But like when it happens, I was like, still cool as fuck. Fuck this guy. The heart explodes, dropped. Yeah, just a cool.
Not canonically accurate putting to bed a 4-year-old. That's all I'll say.
Not that easy.
1, not that easy. 2, I don't know what their night routine is, but if you mess up any bit of the nighttime routine, that kid's in a full-fledged screaming match. I assume, if it's anything like mine, of they're not letting a random person put them to bed. Because it's like the Joker of you got to do everything to plan, and if anything goes away from plan, it's over for you. Not canonically accurate putting to that kid.
I do agree. Like, I think I get why people. I mean, it is very different. 2 different films. I get why people prefer this one, as it is kind of. I get with The Bride, we get like so much more in terms of her as a human being and a character and whatever. I like her maternal instincts as well. I think that, you know, again, like the main point of this, especially within that final scene of Bill. Maybe I think it might be, and this is probably what I'm guessing the same with you, Tyler, where you're a little bit different between the two, where it is just that kind of heavy stylized feel in terms of those set pieces for me, contrary to like a lot of films where I think the second half, I guess, second film, the themes are handled in much further detail in terms of we get to understand the reasoning for the retribution, more about Bill and kind of more there, and obviously more about her maternal stuff and why she actually wants to kill Bill. But I don't know, I like the stylistic, I like the frenzied nature. It is really like non-stop in the first one. I still really like this one, but I think in the first one I can't pinpoint any moments where maybe I can't in the second one as well, but I think in the first one I can't pinpoint any moments where I don't think are needed. And the second one, I think it's just not as interesting all the time, to be honest, even though I think it's further in detail. Thematically, it's probably more impressive. I think the frenzied stylized way of the first one in terms of how much we get there. However, in saying that, I think the fight in the with Elle, I think is the best fight scene, and I think probably one of Tarantino's best scenes altogether. Obviously, I just spoke about with George, but I think that is so laid with just the best influence of martial arts films, of westerns, like when they have the stare down moment, the way he uses the camera, the way it kind of pans across the small narrow hallway, the eye sequence which he rips out the eye, which is kind of the true macabre conclusion to their story. I would probably say that singular fight scene is my favorite of both films. And probably, I don't know exactly, but like a top 3-5 Tarantino scene for me as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, it's just satisfying to see her pluck the remaining eyes. Like, taking the one thing she has left to be able to enact her own duties and taking that away from her, then leaving her with the Viper. It just really ties everything back from volume 1. I'm trying to see if there's any other fun facts about Kill Bill on IMDb. Most unsurprising fact of all time is that Quentin Tarantino owns the Pussy Wagon vehicle, and he drove it every day. So
he's such a fucking
nerd.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Most unsurprising thing ever. Despite being bleeped out in the film, the name of the bride was revealed on her plane tickets to Okinawa and Tokyo. I did not realize that, so I don't even know what it says.
I didn't clock that, Joe. I think
I did not clock that.
Let's see. A lot of other stuff we already covered. They had to delay it because Uma Thurman was pregnant. I mean, I think we kind of covered for the most part.
Movies,
the shot where the bride splits a baseball into the samurai sword was real, and it was done on set.
That's cool as fuck, actually.
Wasn't done by Uma Thurman, it was done by a stunt double, but they really cut a baseball into 2 with the samurai sword, which just shows how insanely sharp and skilled you can be with those weapons.
I believe that more than I believe the Spider-Man catching the tray.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. Like,
obviously.
Yeah. Also, the Pussy Wagon vehicle appears in the music videos Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce. So, fun fact. Anything else anyone has to say about Kill Bill before we get into a
let's rank
collaborative ranking?
Let's collaborative rank.
All right.
Wait, before we get into it, are there any Tarantino films that any of us haven't seen? Just so we can,
I've not seen Jackie Brown.
Have you seen?
It's been a while since I've watched Jackie Brown and Death Proof.
Now, there are no rules for collaborative drafts. It depends on how you want to play. You can play where you say, I haven't seen this movie, I'm not going to play it. Or you could say, I'm going to play it. I don't care that I haven't seen it or I haven't seen it in a while. This is what we do have, though.
My own reason.
We have Drafter A is going to get film 1, 5, and 9. And we're combining Kill Bill. Actually, we're going to break it up into 2 just because we need.
Break it up into 2 because the call, like, even for like you, especially Tyler, is different, you know, quality wise.
Yep.
So
we're going to break it up into 2. Kill Bill 1.
Kill the Bill.
Kill Bill 2. And we're going to give
Billy.
10. Who can get 10? We'll get 10 to this person because they only have 1 veto. All right. Let's get the wheel of names. I need to stop sharing and share the wheel of names now. Great. All right. Share screen. I need this window shared. Wheel of names. This isn't for which drafter you are. This is for which order you can draft, which drafter you want to be. First pick is going to be Seth.
Me. Go, bitch. Nothing.
Seth, you get the first choice on which drafter you want to be. Next up, we have, it looks like it's going to land on George. Nope.
No. Go.
Next.
Good job.
And then the final choice is going to come down to George and myself. And it's George. Damn, I didn't rig the odds in my favor. And because of that, I'm not even going to give myself the confetti this time. So clapping is going really long. Okay. Seth, which drafter do you want to be? Do you want films 1, 5, 9, and veto? So, okay, drafter A is going to get film 1, which doesn't really count because there's only going to be one film left at that point. So, really, you only choose film 5, 9, and you have 1 veto. Drafter B, you choose film 2, film 6, film 10, and you have a veto, which 10 is the last place one. You can decide what that one is. Drafter C, you get film 3, film 7, only 2 films, but you'll get a veto and a veto override. And drafter D, you get film 4 and film 8. You have 2 vetoes. Seth, what do you want to be?
I kind of want 3 film choices, I think. I don't think I'll be vetoing that much. I'm going to go B, I think.
All right.
D.
Cam.
I think we always find that the powers are what you want. I don't ever really know when to use the veto override, so I'm going to go with drafter D and just get 2 vetoes.
George, A or C?
I'll go C. I'll go with the little extra power on the veto and the veto override.
I'm also not like super
I'm not crazy passionate about
to Quentin Tarantino where I'm going to be like vetoing everything, but maybe.
All right. Well, number 10 is Seth. So Seth, what is the worst Quentin Tarantino film?
I don't know if this will get vetoed. I'm not sure. My pick for the worst Quentin Tarantino film, the only film I have under a 3.5, is Hateful Eight.
Oh,
it's a good take.
That's such a bad take, but I'm not going to... Hold on.
Right, well, if it's a bad take, George, hit me with it. Listen.
I just don't think you... I just don't believe you. I don't think you believe...
No, I'm lying. For sure.
Are we leaving it?
Hateful Mid.
Get what else 10. Does Seth also has film 6, so I can get Hateful Eight up to at least 6, unless someone
one Hateful Eight is 6.
No, I think that's a waste of a veto because I'd expect Cam or Tyler to put it in the 9 spot.
Cam would have wherever he's got 8. Okay.
Well, that's crazy, George, because I love the Hateful Eight, so I'm vetoing.
No, Tyler.
Tyler's vetoing.
That's a 4.5.
Wait, do I go again?
Yeah, that is a 4 point. But
Hateful Eight's a masterpiece.
Okay, I agree.
It's amidst the piece, Tyler. Amidst the piece.
I don't like it.
I will pick. I think even though I like it, I haven't seen it in a few years. I'll go Death Proof here. I think.
Yeah, that is the correct 10th placement for Quentin Tarantino.
No.
Number 9 is
me.
All right, number 9. I guess I could pull up my rankings to see, but it's tough because I like every film Tarantino's made, and the only one I don't love mostly is Death Proof. So next, I'm gonna have to go with. It rose in my rankings, but for me, it's Kill Bill Volume 2 would be next.
I wouldn't have it this low, but I also don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it this low, but
I don't hate it, to be honest.
Whoa.
I don't think I'm going to veto, but I do like Kill Bill Volume 2 more than
I like all these films.
These are all good movies left to me.
I haven't seen Jackie Brown, like I said, but I don't love
is 8. Okay, yeah.
The Hateful Eight, so I'm gonna go with The Hateful Eight. I haven't seen it in a long while, so I don't have it rated. I just don't know what. I don't remember loving it, so going with The Hateful Eight, kind of mid if I remember it correctly.
True.
You're
hate to see it here. At least it's not 10. I don't have any other vetoes left, but I think the dialogue is amongst the best in Quentin Tarantino's career. The performances are also so fantastic. The setting is so amazing too. Like one of the best photographed snow films we've seen.
Yeah,
score is great. The first Oscar win.
Yeah. I think I'm going to veto this.
You're fucking nuts.
George is a goat.
George
is a goat.
I just don't feel too passionately about how we order like Tarantino's top 5 or 6. So I would at least like it to get to that top place.
George of the goat.
That's crazy.
Because that means
you gotta ruin your mind like that.
Like me personally, I take Hateful Eight over Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1, and Hollywood probably.
George is
I was honorable once. I'm not going to be honorable again. I'm on Jackie Brown. Haven't seen it.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's very good. It's probably about where I would have it too.
I think I have a
but
7, so like it's around.
It's tough, like because I love Jackie Brown, but it's like this filmography, man,
really,
it's too
really
personally
like-
affecting to me.
I really, really like every other movie on this list. So
Jackie Brown's very good.
that's-
You should watch him.
that's
Yeah.
my struggle. Is I very much enjoy every movie on this list, other than The Hateful Eight. So I'm not gonna bump Jackie Brown up more if I haven't seen it. You know,
Rewatch The Hateful Eight, brother.
I will rewatch it. I'll rewatch it.
Perfect
George, I'm
time of
gonna-
year for it.
Yeah, 7 is me. I mean, this I'm again. It's just the only one I haven't seen in a very long time. So it's Reservoir Dogs, unfortunately.
That's where I have it. No, that's fair.
Fascinating.
That's fair. Yeah, I like that.
If you're looking at my rankings, I disagree. But like I said earlier in the episode, like I haven't watched it in so long. I'm not gonna.
You got the 2 toes. You got 2 toes
I
in
know.
the squad.
I think
You do
I'm
have 2 toes. Two toes is crazy.
I mean, it is a
Two
Tarantino draft after all.
That's not a toe worthy though, Cam.
2
Sure.
toes is
I don't
wild.
think so either.
Okay.
And I wish I could like veto The Hateful Eight to get lower, but if I veto it now, it's just gonna move up.
Not how
higher.
that works.
I'd like to.
So we are at Seth for 6.
Okay, well now I'm gonna say the Hateful Eight
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Good
man.
job.
You
Good work,
got
George. We
six.
got it from 10. We got it from
There
10
we
to
go.
6.
We got it from
You
10
let
to
him
6,
corrupt
baby.
your mind, George. Fuck.
That's
it.
huge. That's
And I
huge.
get number 5. There's very clearly one out of these I dislike the most, and that
Same.
is Django
Yeah.
Unchained.
Perfect
I mean,
pick, Tyler. I like
Fantastic
vetoing.
movie.
Vetoing, I like Django.
The toe. The
Django a lot.
toe.
No, override it, George. Override it, please. Look at the films there,
Oh.
please, George. Override it. Override that shit.
Hans Landa's one of the best. Oh shoot, Hans Landa, wrong.
Hans
movie.
Landa's in
My bad.
fucking
My bad.
Django.
I know.
Because
George-
George, the thing is,
I know,
if you don't override,
I'm an
or
idiot.
if it's because we don't know what Cam's gonna go next, he could go something crazy if the veto
I
stands.
know.
I didn't mean Hans Landa.
I've
To
got
me,
veto,
Django's
though.
the
I've got
clear
veto.
5 of the
I think
remaining.
Django's the clear 5 here. Clear 5.
Django's worse. than
Clear,
Hateful Eight.
clear sphere.
Django's under
clear.
Hateful Eight. Django's under Reservoir Dogs. Django's
No.
probably under Jackie Brown.
Django's a very good 4-star film, but it's all.
I,
Django's on
I,
Cable
I
Volume
think
2.
for me right now, I think there's a clear 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I would mind however we rated them, but I will override that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would rather see the other 3 in the 2, 3, 4 spots.
Perfecto.
To be honest, I was gonna play it at 9 too, which would have just fished out vetoes. It probably would have ended up in 5 anyways, because I don't think anyone would have overrid it
Nine
at
would
be
9 to keep it there. But yeah, Django is great, 4-star movie.
His
But
name in Django. See, maybe I'm an idiot.
Calvin.
his name,
No, that's Leo.
That's Leo.
Oh, that's Leo. Calvin.
the dentist. Are you talking about?
Dr. King
Yeah.
Schultz. Yeah, I like him.
Dr. King
Not a-
Schultz.
Not a villain, but I like him in
Mhm.
I like him in Django.
Jonah Hill, very very much needed comedic relief in that film.
That's such a good scene, man. That's so.
Didn't get my
fucking
wife to cut the eye holes out my potato sack.
funny. Don't ask me and not me and mine for nothing. God, that scene's so good. So fucking funny. man.
4 movies left. Film 4 is going to
Me.
Cam, and I just realized I don't even have another pick now because film
I'm
1
happy with
is
the
the last
one,
remaining
but
one.
I think there's a clear order. For
I
this
think
stuff.
there's a clear order, and I think number 4 is Kill Bill Volume 1.
Perfect,
I love
Cam.
It. I love it very much.
Would agree.
No, that's great. That's great.
Between that and my number 3, I would have flipped them, but
I that's my 4 as
I'm fine
well.
with
So I'm
Hell
very
yeah,
happy. with
Seth.
that.
So no veto from you, and you're the only one with it. I do have to use my veto eventually, so I'm hoping.
I've got veto as well.
Well, I mean, it's not like
I mean, I don't have to. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I'm going to,
Yeah.
just to get my.
you're not going to go
just
to
get my
Monopoly
way
jail if
eventually.
you don't use your veto. Number 3 is George. So George has a pick, and we got 2
Veto.
people with vetoes.
Veto. Veto.
I think I know what
yeah,
the 3 is, and I'm
yeah.
probably. I think it's wrong.
I mean, I'm
You know-
gonna pick Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Veto. Veto.
Good job, Seth. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Seth. Good job.
You knew that was gonna happen.
All right.
Like, you knew that
You know what? I should have played it strategically, and
Played
picked
it earlier,
Bastards, so you could veto Bastards. And
No,
then pick
Bastard
Hollywood.
is my 3 though.
Oh, is it?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
That's interesting.
How do you wake up every morning not
Yeah.
knowing ball?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'll put Pulp Fiction at 3.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, that's the
Veto
correct.
it. Ah,
That's the great
That's
thing.
correct
I'm
place.
not vetoing that. I'm sorry. If he put Bastards at 3, I would
I'd
have.
have Pulp
Veto.
Fiction a little
We would have
lower,
vetoed
but-
so
both anyway.
good, man.
Fiction
Pulp
would be
Fiction, I
below
think I have
Kingdom
at a
for me.
5-star, but I think
It has been a
now
while
that
since
I'm-
I've watched
Now that
Pulp
I'm back,
Fiction,
I've
honestly.
never put Hollywood at a 5-star, but goddamn it, it's so good.
So
It's so
the
good.
second place film goes to Seth, and Cam has a veto. So technically, Cam
is
controls the
going
top
to be-
two.
I
He's
get
gonna
Cam
veto
controls
surprised
the
who
top
wins
two.
this.
I know
think
for a fact he's going to veto this because I'm going to say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2, and he's going to
Veto.
veto it.
Wait, no, wait. Sorry, no, you're putting Once Upon a
Oh,
Time.
bah.
Two?
Inglorious Bastard. Wait,
What are you
Which
putting at
one?
two, Seth?
I'm
What are you
obviously
putting
putting
at
Inglorious Bastards. I didn't mean that. Yeah, so he's going to veto
Yeah.
that and put. Wait,
You're putting-
no. What am I saying? Yeah, but he's going to veto it.
Yeah.
I want to veto this. Well,
Yeah.
yes, I want to veto this. Once Upon a Time will go to 2.
No.
Bro, why was that so difficult?
Yeah, we got
got
confused.
What the
All
fuck?
right.
We got
My
confused.
brain it works.
That's our resulting list. To me personally, 6 days out of the week, I'll tell you Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite Tarantino film. Every Thursday, though, I'll say Inglourious Bastards is my favorite. So number 1, Inglourious Bastards. 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 3, Pulp Fiction. 4, Kill Bill Volume 1. 5, Django Unchained. 6, The Hateful Eight. 7, Reservoir Dogs. 8, Jackie Brown. 9, Kill Bill Volume 2. 10, Death Proof.
Do we
I
all
think
have
it's
that
available
three? That top three just in a separate order? Do we all have that? those
No,
three?
I do not. No.
What do you
I
have?
Kill Bill Volume 1 above Pulp Fiction.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But just
I,
flipped. Yeah.
The best joke in any Quentin Tarantino movie comes from Inglourious Bastards. Y'all know what it is. It's my opinion. It's the best.
Buongiorno.
It's up there with it, but he speaks the third most Italian. I don't speak any Italian. That's what I said. The third most. It's the best joke in all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. That's my favorite. I don't know
That is
why.
funny.
I
love
don't hate
that
the
scene very
ranking.
much.
Yeah.
The only thing I would
Hateful
change
Eight,
is
yeah,
putting Hateful Eight down. Maybe Django down a couple for me. I don't hate it though.
I think Reservoir Dogs being that low is like a graphics ranking of like I feel like people like that more.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did they.
Not.
Maybe
I
they
don't think
do.
they're as passionate about it as like a Pulp Fiction. but
Probably not.
Reservoir
I
Dogs
just
is a
don't-
great
There's
debut.
nothing
one of my favorite
controversial
debuts.
here.
No, this is good ranking.
Well,
I
Hateful Eight's a little high.
General,
for a
no,
lot of
no. I
people.
think for general audience, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, whenever I speak about a film positively,
True.
every comment is like, "That's fucking
That's true.
terrible."
That's good.
General
That's
audience
fun.
will hate how high Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is. Film bro audience will hate how low Jackie Brown is. 'Cause
Jackie
every
Brown
time
is-
you have
You
Jackie
know what
Brown
I'm
low, you get
excited for
mad about.
is The Adventures of Cliff Booth, directed
Oh.
by
No,
David
you're not.
Fincher.
No. Get that shit out of here, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, that'll do it for our collaborative ranking. On to trailers and movie news. We got the new trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. You both just mentioned you were going to be seeing it this week.
Very excited.
Exciting, cool. I don't think any of us have really anything deeper to say. I mean, we all loved the first part.
I love.
We love the
28.
franchise.
Yeah.
Should be sick. We also got the first trailer for David Lowery's mother, Mary. So this movie was supposed to come out like a year and a half ago, and it kept getting delayed. And we got the poster a long time ago. But
is
latest from
David
David
Lowery-
Lowery,
Ghost Story.
Ghost
Green
Story,
Knight.
Green Knight,
Green Knight.
I haven't
Pete's
seen
Dragon.
Peter Pan and Wendy. You know, all the greats from David
My
Lowery.
goat.
I
my
think
goat.
The Good Dinosaur, maybe. But starring Anne Hathaway, Michael Cole, and Hunter Schafer, the epic pop melodrama follows a fictional musician and her relationship with a fashion designer in theaters on April 2026.
Was that a joke, Tyler? Or was that a really good joke? I just didn't get it.
What?
The Good Dinosaur.
I think he did. He did.
No, he did. He did The Good Dinosaur. No, he did Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon. I knew it was something green and reptilian, but
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, the guy who did Ghost Story and Green Knight did the Good Dinosaur.
no, it's like David Lowery is like the textbook example of like one for you, one for me, where like he'll do like Peter Pan and Wendy and then the Green Knight, and then he'll do like a
I
Ghost
didn't even know
Story,
that.
and yeah, he just like bounces back and forth between slop and greatness.
Fair.
Ready or Not 2, Here I Come trailer for that's been released.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are George and Cam. I
Big
think, are Ready or
fan.
Not
Big
fans.
fan.
Yeah.
Big
I thought it was fine. Hopefully
You guys
it's a
are
South by
wrong. You
Southwest
guys are
release.
Ready or
incorrect.
Not's awesome. This looks
Hopefully we
dumb,
see it.
but Ready or Not's awesome.
George will show me the way if we get to see it together when he's in
Yes.
Austin.
I hope so.
George, I put this news in just for you. Teaser for Camp Rock 3. I saw you and Victoria did a reaction video to it. And that comment was hilarious where someone's like, opposites do attract because you got someone who hates fun, but someone who like finds whimsy and joy in life. So what do you think about Camp Rock 3?
Miss Fun and Mr. No Fun. I was like,
Yeah.
dog, come on. We were coincidentally talking about like my TikTok and how like Victoria wants me to get back to like more frequent reviews and more frequent trailer reactions. And as we were talking about that, like 20 minutes later, the Camp Rock 3 trailer drops. So I jokingly said, do you want to do a reaction? Because usually Victoria is like a little more hesitant to join into my TikToks. Like I'll get her in every so often for a fun movie review. But she was like, heck yeah, let's do it. Her reaction, not authentic, because she had already seen the trailer. Okay. Calling my wife out right now. But yeah, that was, I haven't done a trailer reaction in quite some time. I was going to do one last night for The Boys, but I was just non-verbally high at the time and probably couldn't rattle off a couple of words. So yeah, back on the trailer reactions. But it looks,
speaking of The Boys, we got the trailer for The Boys. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it looks sick. I did end up watching
final
it.
season,
sick.
April 8th.
It looks really cool.
Prime Video.
If you two catch up, do you guys watch The Boys? I'm obviously not asking Cam.
Cheers. Did you watch Gen V, George?
No, season 1.
Watch season 2. It's good.
Okay.
Good season.
But
when does Invincible come out? Is that this year?
Invincible also comes. The Boys,
yeah, Invincible, Daredevil, and The Boys all come out like
at
the same time,
like March time, right?
So,
well, I'll watch Invincible. That's cool.
Watch all of them because the Cam and I late night pods with Sammy and Alex are gonna go.
Which
fucking
I would
crazy.
never be able to join anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, just
Anna would love that right next
just
to our
fucking grind.
Where's the bed? Where's the bed?
Like,
Let me see
the
it.
wall is here. Bed is on the other side.
Just don't yell.
Just
be
whisper.
quiet.
On a podcast with Alex and Sammy.
Be quiet. Just be
Okay.
quiet.
Okay.
The Boys looks great, man. This final season really got me going. You know, the Boys has a very clear gimmick, and it's just do Donald Trump, but higher
and
but
it works.
crazier. And it hits every time, man. Like they say run it back. And you know, this season they're literally doing exactly that. Homelander is just I don't know. I was gonna say evil Donald Trump, but guess what? We're already there. Homelander is just evil Superman in the White House, and it's yeah. I don't know. I'm very excited. And this season, like I don't know, it looks very not grounded because it's insane. Like the premise of The Boys is obviously not grounded, but it does look like it's very dark and less. Hey, here's a penis attacking you. I don't know. The Boys always does it.
Does that happen?
Yeah, I think there have been multiple kills. Like, yes, I'm certain a penis has killed someone, especially in the orgasm episode or hero-gasm episode. I'm pretty confident that happened. And then, like, in the last season of Gen V, there was a guy whose superpower was, like, sucking things up his butt. You know, they always got to...
Is that a power?
like, he can trap people in his butt. Like, he can...
Yeah, my question still stands.
That seems I think
that seems like a nuisance, to be honest.
They use it for like pledges, like like in a fraternity, like pledges sit in a butt. I don't know. Look, I've never been like all in on the like over the top like penis vagina jokes in The Boys, but you know, every once in a while you get a funny one. They always got to do something, but this last season does look less that. Obviously, they'll do something, but more like intense fight because like Homelander's like fully in power now, so it's less jokey, I guess, is what I'd say. But yeah, looks good. Looks very, very good.
On the movie news, the big movie news of the week is the Netflix deal. Netflix is in the process of acquiring Warner Brothers. Some details: $82.7 billion. Claim they're going to continue releasing films theatrically. Ted Sarandos says they want more consumer-friendly theatrical windows. In terms of logistics, Netflix is going to keep HBO Max around while periodically adding Warner Brothers HBO content to Netflix. Sounds very similar to the whole Disney Plus Hulu acquisition, where slowly Hulu stuff started being brought over to Disney Plus until eventually they're just going to wipe away Hulu. Deal is not going to close until Q3 2026. It's going to take 12 to 18 months. After Warner Bros. Has split its networks into a separate company, that was kind of the big asterisk part of Paramount trying to acquire them, is Paramount was really interested in the news networks. That's going to be split away. So that'll be a kind of separate entity that Netflix won't be acquiring. The WGA, DGA, PGA, many actors, politicians completely oppose this, and really both sides of the aisle of politicians we've seen opposing this. So there's some hope regulatory wise that it gets blocked. But yeah, I mean, the big news of the week, feel like it's been talked about a ton, but just kind of catching everyone up for those who didn't hear, is that Netflix did win the bidding process to acquire Warner Brothers between Netflix, Paramount, and NBC Universal Comcast. So yeah, it seems like unless regulatory bodies break this up and call it a monopoly or whatever, it's
this is this is insane to like actually like succeed. Like this should not be possible. One, from like a competition standpoint, like you can't monopolize the industry.
We're trying, brother. It's over. It's over.
I know. But did you guys get the Netflix email yet?
Yeah, the one that says like welcoming Warner Bros. That seemed like such a taunt in people's face.
Yeah.
Dude, that seemed like so premature. Like there's like that's just so crazy. Like
look,
there are antitrust laws that are that should prevent such a monopoly. Like this is absolutely ridiculous.
I think a lot of like the term like we're like cooked or it's over for a lot of things is thrown out way too much. But genuinely, like this is the start of a new age in Hollywood where movie theaters are just over. Like
which has been Netflix's
yeah. There's no way around it. Like Ted Sarandon, Sarando, sorry, he's not he's not wrong to say most consumers want to stay at home movie.
He is,
but that's because
he's the reason.
He's the reason because of
Netflix.
Caused by
because they've taken away that ability for people to go out to a movie, and he's just made like the general, like himself, obviously not, but like the Netflix model has like ruined the cinematic experience. And I get the ease of access and the ease of watching, but it's not like there was a picture Synesthetic posted of Interstellar on a 70 millimeter screen. It's not the same. And then like a very viral tweet of like was quote tweeting that saying like Netflix wants you to think this is the exact same as like sitting on your iPad at home. It's just not how a lot of these movies were intended to be watched. And I get it. I watch a lot of movies on my phone. It's the ease of access, but like I will still always prefer the theater model of you have to go to the theater and experience that kind of thing with a crowd, with a group, with friends. Like it's sad. It's just sad.
Another problem as well is and again, I know this is like a small thing because a lot of people don't buy physical media anymore. And that's, again, there's been a death of physical media across the board. Netflix are notorious for not giving many of their releases, minus a couple. I think like a Stranger Things obviously got like a Blu-ray release because again, it's a fucking huge IP. But the problem is as well, they don't give for their original films and that sort of thing. They often don't give physical releases, and I don't expect that to change because it's not in his mindset. It's not in the way he views the future of film. So what this is also going to do is further demise the consumption and buying power, everything to do with physical media because of how much they'll own and how much IP they'll own. So my concern is as well with that is we'll see an even further drop off in terms of the money goes into that than we're already seeing, which isn't ideal. And for the people saying like, he come out and said whatever, they'll still do the limited, they'll still do the theaters aren't going away, whatever. Some of the vocab choice, they expect. I think a lot of what we've seen previously with Netflix and the way they've kind of showcased their major works like a Knives Out, a Glass Onion, should I say. We have to come to expect there to be shortened windows, which Tyler just said, which could be a week, it could be 3 weeks, who fucking knows. But it's also going to be a case of how, are you going to be able to watch most of the stuff they release, if not in major cities? Is it going to be accessible to you? Because that's something Netflix is, as time and time again, shows they're not care for. And don't get me wrong, I think with films like, obviously they own like Harry Potter now, so if the Harry Potter movie comes out, or Lord of the Rings, and they own the Dune, they own the distribution rights, obviously, they'll still get theatrical release, but it's not for the films that are going to make the money anyway. Like these sort of things, it's for the smaller works, and it is quite worrying because I think it's going to make it very hard for original movies to continue being made at a pace over the next sort of few decades, whatever. It's concerning, and if you listen, it's not the end of the world yet, but if you don't think there's a right to be incredibly concerned by this,
it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. And Seth and George, you won't care about this. It's ESPN buying Red Zone, where you know immediately you're going to get ads in Red Zone. Red Zone used to be 7 hours commercial free football, right? They start off with ads playing 15 seconds throughout the entire 7 hours, Tyler, right? And then I just saw a stat. It's at like 6 minutes or whatever of ads playing. Like already 12 weeks into the season, you're already getting like full on ads throughout that. And guess what? By the end of this season, you'll be able to, right now you have to pay $28 per Red Zone or whatever. It's a premium service. And by the end of the season, you'll get to pay $50 for no ads. It was already no ads. Like
and they'll
fuck over the consumer, make everything more expensive. That's just how life has been going recently. And that's
at the start,
media is going.
They'll deliver some niceties. They'll deliver some niceties. So they will give these huge theatrical releases, I anticipate, from the start. And I think, again, it will slowly be easing over to their model where we'll see the windows of theater releases get shorter and shorter, the lack of physical releases. And I think we'll continue to see that over time. And I mean, I don't know if you guys already spoke about this. I just went to talk that I think Paramount were also, if anything, worse. Honestly, Paramount probably worse buying it. It's just two incredibly terrible things. And I think I urge you to have a look at the track record of Netflix and what the CEO, Ted, whatever his name is, has said previously. And that will allow you to kind of put some pieces of the puzzle together as to what we might find.
When this goes through, and in 2025 to 2030, you're not going to see a whole lot of change. You're going to gradually see change. And then like 2031, 20 to 2035, you're going to see more change. 2035 to 2040, like it's just going to be, it's going to be completely different by then.
It's not a harmful company diversify. Like what people are like, I've seen people say that on Twitter, like they're just diversifying so they can operate more of the market. Okay, that's understandable, whatever. That's not, it's not as easy in a thing where they're just going to let Warner Bros. Get on with it. Like Warner Bros. Owns.
You just muted yourself, Seth.
Spacebar. Warner Bros. Owns so much huge IP. I don't know, man. It's worrying. It's concerning. It is concerning.
Do you think like, why are they remaking Harry Potter as a series? Like, you're about to get some. Did you see like the Fortnite portals scene that they made? Like they made a portal scene in Fortnite of like Godzilla coming out of the portal and like Superman coming out of the portal. It's gonna. I get that. It's gonna be the Electric State, but it's gonna be so much worse. And
I saw some people like talking about like, I can't wait for like Stranger Things X, The Sopranos, and stuff like that, and a continuation of just money making machine. Shit, man.
I would have loved to not have been on like our side of film Twitter when this news broke and just been like on casual Twitter, because I can imagine most people are like, thank God new movies will come streaming a lot faster, some shit like that.
You can't blame people for that because they have why would they think any different? I wouldn't have like 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's when you have to kind of be in the film scene to realize the Netflix's model and the kind of, I guess, destruction they've caused previously. Most people won't even know the Blockbuster story and kind of how that came about and how Blockbuster went bust originally and what Netflix had to do with that. So it's tough, man. It's tough. It's
bleak.
Yeah.
Bleak for sure. Because like when you think about the three options, Universal, Netflix, Paramount, for various reasons, one way or the other, you can say, oh, this one would be better than that one. But it's like still at the end of the day, like to me, I think Universal would have been the best option. But still, Universal and Warner Brothers merging, like that's still already, even that's like monopoly alarm bells. But Netflix, the number one streaming service, HBO Max, number 3 streaming service. And we already saw Disney acquire Hulu. For years now, there's been talks about Apple acquiring Disney. They've all been rumors. They previously said they wanted to do it to compete with Netflix, and this is before this deal happened. And I think if you set like Apple and Disney are much bigger companies than Netflix and Warner Bros. But I think if you set the precedent of Netflix is allowed to acquire Warner Brothers, I don't see a way that they would then block Apple acquiring Disney Plus or Disney, which would then create two companies owning all the media, which is wrong for all kinds of political and financial reasons.
Unbelievably illegal.
And Netflix doesn't really release physical media. Apple doesn't really release physical media. So I think that would be the absolute death of physical media as well. And we would all be fed whatever Ted Sarandos and Tim Cook want us to hear, basically. Speaking of Ted, Cam, you said Ted Sarandon. That was a all-time tweet from Magic Johnson.
That's
who's
what it
just
was. Yes.
weirdest tweeters of all time. He's like,
What was that,
my
dude?
good friend, my good buddy Ted Sarandon for the closing the deal. So he's like congratulating someone on a business deal, and he like spells his name wrong. And he's talking in the tweet. He's like about how good of a friend he is to his wife and him. And then like, this is wild, man. Magic Johnson pipe down. But to wrap this up, Warner Bros. And Netflix for the Critics' Choice Awards, they combined, Warner Bros. Had 36 nominations, Netflix had 27 nominations, by far leading the way of any studio in quotes. So them together not only would dominate the streaming world, they would dominate in terms of everything. Like it's just like so much power would go to one, because this year alone, those two would just wipe every other platform pretty much off the map. And it's basically like Christopher Nolan holding the sword for Universal against 10,000 arrows coming down at him from everywhere else. But speaking of rights to things, NBC Universal, speaking of them, and YouTube are the highest bidders right now for the Oscars. It's always been on ABC on TV. They're not really interested in keeping it anymore. It's not a done deal. They're not going to have it, but they just seem less motivated. So fine. It's basically they're going to be on. If NBC Universal gets it, I'd imagine they would put it on NBC. So it's on, for Americans, like basic cable TV, but maybe they go the cock. Maybe it's only on the Peacock. Who knows?
Jesus.
Which would be disappointing. So if it's only streaming only, like put it on YouTube, because that's just always the easiest like platform for streaming. But weird times, everything's moving digitally, and it's a scary time. Speaking of Tarantino, to wrap up this episode, he released his top 10 films of the century. I'm just going to quickly name the film, and all I want from you guys is to say good movie or bad movie. Not if it's in your top 10.
Can I say mid movie? We have the mid option.
Or mid. Okay, we'll get 5 descriptors: great, good, mid, bad, trash, and any synonym of the likes. Midnight in Paris, number 10.
Awful, horrific.
Been a long time since I've seen it.
What did you think when you saw it?
Mid, I guess.
There we go. I just need the words. And then side note for Midnight in Paris, this is where he made his comment about Owen Wilson saying he's a terrible actor. Number 9, Shaun of the Dead.
Bad.
Great.
No, sorry. Good. My bad. I'm sorry.
I thought you were trying to be mean to Seth.
Great.
I was thinking of the fucking Zack Snyder, Army of the Dead.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Great.
Very good. Great.
Unstoppable.
I think I've seen that. I haven't seen it.
Is that the Denzel one on the train?
The train.
It's
I always get that in
Tony
Unbreakable
Scott
and stuff, which
one.
they're both trains.
Mid to bad, maybe.
I guess good.
I haven't seen Zodiac.
Great.
Great. I like Zodiac a lot.
There Will Be Blood.
Great.
This
Paul
is
Dano,
obviously when he
great.
made the
Great
comment
with
about
Paul Dano. Yeah.
Great with Paul Dano. It's been awesome to see all the people coming to his defense, because he deserves it. He's a guy you've probably never heard say 2 words before in public. So it's like I saw see everyone defending him, because he's not a guy that's going to come online and defend his honor himself. Like he's a quiet, private guy, and it's nice.
I saw a tweet that said, "Does Paul Dano even know this is happening?"
No, he don't give a fuck. Like,
4, Dunkirk.
Great.
Good.
Great.
3, Lost in Translation.
I haven't seen.
It's been a while, but great.
2, Toy Story 3.
Great.
Good. Very
Great.
good.
Very good.
1, Black Hawk Down.
Fine.
Mid.
Fine.
Good.
Which movie from his top 20 was Matthew Lillard in? Because he had the Stray where he didn't. Was he in Toy Story 3?
None.
That's what makes it crazy. He's just
I
like,
just threw out the
Matthew
Lillard
Lillard
Stray, bro.
Fuck that guy.
I just saw Matthew Lillard.
There's no excusing a director of any size or stature to critique an actor of any size or stature publicly in the way he did. But at least like Midnight in Paris and There Will Be Blood is like, okay, he's talking about that actor, but I was like looking at his list. I'm like, where the hell is Matthew Lillard?
Nowhere.
It's a very Tarantino, horrible, despicable.
He just has the Kanye West complex of the film industry, where he's obviously a goat. No, very few people will argue against Kanye and Quentin being a goat. But now they walk around as if they're like the second coming of Christ, and what they say is
matters.
like fact.
Fuck Tarantino.
Yeah.
Kill Bill good though. Kill Bill good.
Yeah. Great director, ridiculous, awful person. He has kind of single-handedly done a lot for like theaters in LA and like preserving cinema in terms of theaters. So it's just tough, man, because he makes great movies and he's like the lifeblood of the theater scene in LA, while also just like every word that comes out of his mouth makes you want to
kill him.
Yeah, just kill him and yourself with one bullet or something. I don't know. It's just the worst thing ever. But we're finally done with all Tarantino talk for this episode. Final rundown. Leonardo DiCaprio confirms he's starring in Heat 2. Kind of knew this was coming. We have a bunch of other people circling the roles.
Stop circling, get signing.
Yeah, exactly. Batman news. Zoe Kravitz is not expected to return as Catwoman in the Batman Part 2. Emma Stone passed.
How are people surprised by that?
Scarlett Johansson is going to be in talks to be in the Batman Part 2. Emma Stone passed on the role.
I thought Scarlett Johansson signed.
No, she was just in talks.
Okay, she's in talks.
Fair.
But
she,
I think it makes sense for Zoe Kravitz to not be in the Batman.
It makes perfect sense.
If she's not back for the Batman 3, then I think something clearly there's some. She's just.
But it makes perfect sense for 2 with the ending of 1.
Because isn't it supposed to pick up like a couple months just after what happened? She clearly drove away with the intent
they
of
give her a
going
tease
away.
at the end of the Penguin. Like, she's not in the Penguin, but they use her to write a letter to Sophia Falcone.
Yeah.
And who also isn't going to be in the Batman 2 though. Didn't they say
then or what? But
yeah, she's not.
Didn't they also say Sophia Falcone's not in the Batman 2 though? Like a while ago.
Sophia Falcone's not in it. Well,
so I guess
it's Mask of the Phantasm, baby. Welcome back.
So yeah, the way that the Penguin ended sounded like it makes sense to either have neither of them or both of them in the Batman Part 2. So they're going with the neither option. Probably both going to be back in 3. Nicolas Cage is officially playing Ben Reilly in Spider Noir, and honestly, those first look images, it kind of looked. I'm cool. intrigued. I'm intrigued for this. It looks cool.
It's releasing in color and black and white.
Yeah, just watch it in black and white.
Release it in black and white. Stop being fucking pussies. When is this releasing?
I don't know.
It's like April, maybe later than that.
Are they just doing one season, or is it like a multi?
It's one season right now.
Yeah, early 2026.
My phone's
that's all. That's all I'm seeing. I don't know if they have a release date nailed down yet. Jeremy Allen White reveals there are no solid plans for the future of the Bear after season 5. But in saying that, he means there's no plans for it to be the last. There's no plans for it to be more. Do George and Cam, because I know we've done episodes on the Bear, and we probably will continue to do so. Are you worried that it doesn't seem like this ship has a destination that it seems heading towards? I think a lot of people have raised that concerns for the last couple of seasons. We've always been on the path of like.
I mean, I've liked the last.
We still love the show.
I still love the show, and I have confidence in their writing.
Yeah,
so
I'd like them.
No, do I think they know where the destination is? No, but do I have confidence that they'll get there without overstaying their welcome? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, Stranger Things season 5 debuts with $59.6 million in its first 5 days, the biggest premiere of any English language show in Netflix's history. Also pulling for, it sucks. You don't want to say first off, boycotting Warner Brothers and Netflix won't do anything in terms of like the size of money that they have. But it's like, you don't want to say, give them more money to prove something to them, but K-pop Demon Hunters did really, really well in theaters. Stranger Things finale has been released in theaters. I'm just saying Ted Sarandos might be happy to see that do well as well. So I'm not saying give them more money to own the.
Yeah, I'm not saying
own Netflix by giving them money, but hopefully theaters works out.
Netflix should make TV shows. Warner Brothers should make movies. Like, let's just stay in our lane.
That would be great. Yeah.
And let's all do our thing and let's all be happy. Like, I love Stranger Things. I hate Netflix's release model, idiotic and goofy. But I love Stranger Things. Like, I'm not saying I want them to stop entirely. You need corporations to like make things you love, I guess. Unfortunately, that sucks. But I just stay in your lane. Make your move or make your TV shows. Warner Brothers, make your movies. We don't need an Harry Potter TV show. We just
agreed. We'll see how this all plays out. We're not going to get news anytime soon, though, because this is a long, long process. But shout out to our executive producers as always. Cody Whitney, Ollie Powell, Stefan Johnson for supporting the pod every week. And thank you to all of our patrons. If you're interested in joining, we have a review of Train Dreams on Friday between Cam, Seth, and myself, or Cam, George, and myself, because Seth already reviewed on the pod solo. If you wanted to hear our talks about Train Dreams, make sure you come on Friday to listen to that. Everyone else on Thursday, we already filmed it. A very fun episode of Guess the Imposter between us four. So stay tuned for that. Next week, we're going to have a Wake Up Dead Man episode. Might do some sort of fun Knives Out draft.
Does it drop on Netflix next week?
Yeah. Cam, when I said a Knives Out draft, I obviously did not mean we're drafting what is the best Knives Out movie.
I would love that.
We'll do something like
draft one movie.
Like we did after Glass Onion. We're like draft our next cast for the next Knives Out movie. It's like, okay, we have a new Knives Out. Let's do it again. But yeah, that'll do it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. Peace.